one more hot take.
Too bad we're live.
Hawkins cheesies are the best cheesies in the entire world. Canada made the best cheesies on the whole planet. And they're only available in Canada.
Not sponsored by anything he just talked about. Alright, welcome everybody back to Chaos Theory. Our incredibly long break in between game, where we have the wonderful party of Bishop of Cheddar playing playing Talzum, myself as the DM, Icarus Maru playing Rowan, Melvin is playing Styx,
Hello.
Ricky, the Smoke Wizard, will be playing himself, and Yoli Scoutmaster is Albrich. So, going right into it, just so I don't lose the vibe that I've had in my head all day. Last we left off our players, and the entire party kind of split up for the day after arriving and making sure that everybody safely got to where they needed to go. The human members of the party were told that they needed to have people basically vouch for them in order to get their citizenship cards, which the rest of the party was just straight up given as soon as they got into town. And so this prompted everybody to split up as soon as they met with their friend Rorik the Goblin for a moment in the town square, which, for everybody's point of reference, this is the market square, even though it's a circle in the center. I tried. Can't get everything. This was the best image I was able to get.
It's okay, boss. It's okay.
Disappoint.
It's kind of a square. Anyway.
Squares aren't actually a square.
Rowan and Styx made off to the religious district, where this blue dot is, to the Temple of Paylor to see Bishop Willsby about getting Styx his town ID card set up. While they were there, the bishop offered to help Styx kind of try and communicate with his celestial parent, something that Styx only recently learning that what he is was a bit jarring of an experience, I guess. And so after the deacon, Rowan, who was tagging along, and Styx all tried some really mind-altering tea, Styx went into the isolation chamber and actually managed to contact his celestial parent, who is, I'm going to fuck up the pronunciation, who is Eldath, known as the Mother of Peace. Realization that Styx kind of was a little bit confused with, considering his past, which has yet to be revealed mostly.
A little bit.
Yeah. But he was successful in meeting his celestial parent, in which afterwards he was also successful with getting out of there, and was told by Deacon Willsby that now that he knows what his celestial parent is, that the deacon was going to immediately go to the council to petition to get his ID card. At which point, Styx, who, other than, probably a little bit of happiness from meeting his celestial parent, being normal, Rowan kind of got affected by the tea a bit more.
Yeah, man.
And will probably be a little bit affected in the morning, but not much. So that's what they did. Almost on the opposite side of town, near the red dot there, Ricky went to go see the law mage of the city, who was a very elderly high elf man who looked like he could still wreck shit if he had to. But through conversation, Ricky learned that the commitments to being a town guard were something that he could not do, and he was offered an alternative in which he would join a sort of private bodyguard company that the Law Mage has as a side business. And Ricky agreed and is now in charge of essentially bodyguarding the Law Mage's granddaughter, who he met, Elena. Once he met the rebellious youth, he helped her complete some of her jobs. One of her jobs was introducing new high elves who have entered the city into the areas, in which Ricky met up with Alice from Wheat Hollow Village once again, and learned a little bit of something about Elena during that interaction as well. But he was last he was told, he was meant to be back, I think I said about 8 a.m. for Ricky to be at the front doors of Elena's residence in order to accompany her throughout her day as a bodyguard. Ricky then returned to the inn. Albrich went to the Haydocks to figure out who makes all the military gear. He was directed towards the Steel Singer Forge Works, which is this gray dot here. It's a little harder to see than the other ones. At which point he set up impromptu meeting with the owner, and after a little bit of harsh criticism of Albrich's work, the owner agreed to offer him a temporary job while he's in the city as the supervisor for the Forge Works warehouse. And then after learning, I think I said 7 a.m. for Albrich to head back there. After learning that, he himself went back to the inn. And Talsum was in the inn the entire time.
Best day ever.
But after everybody got back together, kind of talked about each other's day, they were treated to some delicious food by a curious cook who moved somewhat impossibly and fed them some amazing food, which gave them gave those who ate it a warm feeling, and those who didn't trust it, nothing really.
It gave one who didn't trust it an explosion.
I was about to say, Ricky tried to figure out what sort of magics the cook used on the food, and simply casting Identify on the food caused his own spell to explode into raw, unfettered magic. And after everything was said and done, Rowan passed out from both being calm and having a little bit to drink. The party went to bed in their rooms that Talsum paid for the week. And the last thing we left off on was everybody drifting to sleep, with the last thing being said about how Styx could just barely see an old woman's face through his window as he drifted off to sleep.
Evil son of a bitch.
And now, with everybody asleep, I want each of you to roll me a wisdom save.
Getting us into this early, ain't ya?
Woot woot, I'm on top already.
30-20.
Oh.
You said wisdom save?
Yes.
14.
Okay. Styx
Should
and...
we name our roles?
What was that?
Should we name our roles? Like, say our roles out loud.
You guys are welcome to. I thought I had... Oh my. Nope. Yep. There. Let me double check something real quick.
Well, Telsum got a nat 20, sleeping like a baby.
Yep.
Assuming that's
you-
what it is for.
Sticks and tells him you guys sleep throughout the night without any issues whatsoever. You guys don't have to call out your rolls as long as they come out in roll 20, because I do have the recording showing all the rolls as well. But you're welcome to if you want to. I'm not gonna say no against it. Definitely helps me for not having to look back as much. Ricky and Rowan. Ricky, you have somewhat jarring dreams. Feels like something does. If you were conscious, it would feel as though something was causing you to be restless. Rowan, it might be the tea, but something's weird. You get kind of like a psychedelic dream, or it's not bad, it's just weird.
Whoa, man.
Albrich, you have trouble sleeping throughout the night. You don't wake up, and you get enough sleep for a long rest. But it's restless. You have a lot of memory. You dream about a particular time, about you running away from something, and the feeling just doesn't make it a good night for you.
Nightmares.
Yep.
Like we've all had shitty lives, but I've been a noble, so I've just been fucking gifted.
Also, you're telling the dwarf that slept on the floor with an axe in his hand that he was having a restless sleep.
I mean, considering how he normally lives, relatively
Dwarves
restless.
Dwarves are supposed to be grounded.
Yeah. So, unless anybody else set up anything, the first to rise from sleep would actually be Ricky. And the reason being is, with your celestial bird being allowed inside, he would have woken you probably about, I want to say, half hour, 45 minutes before you're supposed to be at your new job, just to give you enough time to get up and eat some breakfast and get going. Because it's only about, I'd say, like a 20-minute max from where you are currently, where you guys currently are to the to Elena's home.
Oh, Ricky will eat on the way, but he will immediately cast Identify on himself.
1 sec.
So, are we all up, or just him?
Just him. He was woken up with it by a celestial bird, basically speaking into his mind. First of all, Ricky, when you wake up, you notice that there's already food set up on your bedside table.
Yeah, I know not to cast Identify on that shit.
It's really good. I mean, there's a reason why I asked for you guys' favorite breakfast. It's pretty much everything that Ricky would like. Slacked out on a few small plates and a couple glasses of, I don't know if you drink coffee or tea, but I assume coffee.
Yeah.
Oof. Them crunching sounds. Hey, we get it's some audio about Ricky eating. But yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, your food is already set up, and it looks freshly made, piping hot, everything like that. The moment you notice it, your burb also notices it, and you just hear in your head, how the hell did that get there?
No, I've learned not to question things in these parts.
That old lady, man.
My next question is this: are you going to eat the breakfast?
No.
All right. As you walk down, there is like a normal continental breakfast set up in the dining, in the kind of like the bar area. It's also like the general eating area as well, kind of like a hotel lobby almost. You know, where it's got like continental breakfast stuff. So you're able to grab a couple of quick things to eat there. On your way out, however, the the guy behind the concierge desk, kind of like flags you down for a quick sec. Excuse me, sir.
Yep.
There are a couple of correspondences, and I think a package for people that you came in with. Do you know if when they'll be up?
Oh, they should be up soon, I think.
Okay.
I don't think any of them picked up any job.
He's looking through the stuff. I apologize. What was your name, sir?
I'm Ricky LaFleur.
I don't have anything for you. It must be for your friends. Have a good day, sir.
If you want to tell me who it's for, I can go wake them up.
We have a policy of not waking people up unless they ask for a wake-up call.
You have a policy of not waking them up. I have no such policy.
I would prefer if you would not, even if they are your friends. We don't like complaints. It might. I don't want to lose this job.
It's okay. They won't complain.
Alright. There's a package for someone named Styx, a correspondence for someone named Albrich, and it seems like a notice for someone named Rowan.
All right. That's most of those bastards.
If you don't mind signing this, he just hands up like a small form. Just so that chain of custody thing, postal system here is pretty tight.
God, it's times like this I wish I had taken Mage Hand.
It's small stuff. The package itself is about the size of a what's it good to say? It's about the size of a cigarette case. But it's kind of like a small, like almost cardboard material. And then the other stuff is literally just a couple of letters. It's all stuff that could actually just fit in your pocket.
Half of you are literally getting waken up by an unseen servant banging on your door.
Which ones?
So,
Baked Rowan and probably Albrich.
And how'll it be waking me up?
It'll be banging on the door, and then when you open the door, there will be a hanging letter floating in front of your face.
Well, like, this is just a treat for a beautiful morning, ain't it?
So, as Ricky does that, Rowan, you wake up, you see steak and eggs perfectly cooked right on your bedside table with some nice hot tea. Not the same tea as yesterday, but kind of like a dark breakfast tea. Give you some caffeine. It's all nice, hot. Seems like it was just got cooked. Sitting right next to you the moment you wake up.
Well, this is some good hospitality, isn't it? Man, I didn't realize that this would be such a nice place. Well, I better get up and at it then, innit? I better get out in that city. We got a lot of work for us, innit? I should know I'm being very loud saying this. Very loud.
No, yeah, it's a good mix. Question: do you eat the breakfast?
Yes.
Con save.
Alright, let me check what modifier you said to add to that.
I think
It's poisoned with love.
Your Constitution saving modifier.
I have a plus to that because of the soup.
Yep.
Alright, that's my modifier plus 5. Oh, 10.
Good breakfast. Steak's good, nice season, cooked perfectly. The eggs are done really well. Don't know what level of doneness Rowan prefers his eggs, but they're cooked perfectly. A lot of good seasoning to them. Just a little hint of lemon in there, and the steak is absolutely fresh. Like you can tell, like this is probably like slaughtered same day meat. Other than that, really good breakfast. You open the door, and yeah, you see the letter floating in the air as if being held by something.
Well, hello there, little paper. Thank you very much. I'll be taking you.
Alright, as you grab for that, we'll go to, I guess we'll go to Albrich. Albrich, you wake up from your nightmare, and you hear knocking on your door.
No, not a knock.
Oh.
Bang, bang, bang.
Okay, you hear some heavy banging on.
Invisible servant can do.
You hear some heavy banging on your door, and you also smell some really good breakfast. A lot of breakfast steak, some eggs, bacon, some good sausage, good large cup of steaming hot coffee. And as you look around, you also notice that the chair is still propped up against the door like you did before you went to sleep. Doesn't look like it was moved at all. But the fresh food is still next to your bed.
The window's closed.
Window's closed. Everything looks the same exact way as it was when you went to bed. It's just now there's some fresh food and something's banging on your door.
Stop the banging! My head hurts! And I walk over to the door, and I move the chair, and I yank open the door, ready to yell at whoever's banging on my door. What are you? What do I see?
You see a small letter just floating in front of you. It kind of looks like it's almost stationary, but it's just in midair.
I rudely grab it and look around the hallway, and
You would
stupid
see
magic users.
Banging on the other doors.
And I slam my door shut.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I slam my door shut.
Ricky, you said that the unseen servants were like a slamming on the other doors too.
No. I'm banging on the other doors to wake up the other
Oh,
members.
So,
I'm
how many?
trying not to be late for my job.
Okay.
My job that I do.
So you had so he's just the one unseen servant. I was a little confused there too.
Yeah, you can only summon one.
Okay, so yeah, Rowan's the only one who gets something floating in front of him. Albrich, when you open the door, it's actually Ricky there holding the paper for you.
Oh no, Albrich gets the invisible servant too. It goes from Rowan's
From Rowan to Albrich.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So whose door are you going to be actually knocking on then, Ricky?
I will be banging on Tall Sims and Sticks.
All right. Since
Tall Sims really for no reason because I don't think there's anything there for him, but everybody else is waking up.
Yeah, tells him doesn't have anything for him, so you'd be knocking on Sticks' door first. Sticks, as you wake up to this bang, bang, banging, you look over, and just like the others, perfectly prepared breakfast, nice big stack of flapjacks with a little ramekin of honey next to it, a little bit of bacon and some sausage, some nice hot tea or coffee, whichever your character prefers, all perfectly cooked and sitting at your bedside table. Nothing else different.
After jumping awake, just going, what? Like, his room is full of letters because he was just like trying to flap his wings in his sleep yet again, and before answering, he would of course get up, put on all of his clothes, that none of his skin, besides from his hand and neck up, is visible. Then he's going to open the door, just like what do you want? What is it? Did someone die? What?
Oh, the concierge has stuff for you and toss him downstairs, so you better go wake him up.
No, you didn't even bring it up to him.
If I did, how would I get him to wake up the other member of the party?
Six still has his eyes closed, and pretty much he's just gonna moan loudly and just slam the door in your face, and then start eating first.
Well, that's a little rude. Here I am
Oh.
telling you you've gotten messages and just slamming your door. He'd say
Actually,
if he starts walking away.
I was like, who would send him a message? But
Sure.
If you are going to be eating sticks, that is also a con save.
gotcha. 8.
It
Do I get
look.
to eat?
It
Let me
looks.
eat this mysterious magical food.
It looks about a little better than it actually tastes. It's kind of meh to you for some reason. It's not bad. It's just It's hotel food.
I just
Yeah, Albrich. If your character does eat, then con save.
Remind me what was on the plate?
You got a lot of meat, so a lot like bacon, sausage, eggs, coffee or tea, whatever your character prefers to drink.
All right. I would actually eat probably the bacon and the eggs, and whatever other meat was left, I would actually wrap in a napkin or a towel or something and put in my pocket.
All right, I still
Put in my
want
bag for later.
a con save.
Alrighty. And I would not drink the coffee.
No,
No.
it's
If
good
you
food.
mend a cup of coffee before it empties, do you refill the coffee?
No, you would be using mending on the mug itself, so it would fix the mug if you broke it.
I
But
won't point it at the coffee.
if you point it at the coffee, it might cause the tiny fragments of the coffee beans to form into as big as they can actual coffee beans, and therefore take all the flavor out of it.
I just wanted to refill my mug.
Doesn't work
What's
that
that?
way.
Here I am trying to have a maritimer breakfast. Cigarettes and coffee.
Alright, Albrich, you get... It's good food, you know? Good breakfast food, nice hearty stuff, good flavor to it, good smoky bacon, eggs are cooked just right. And yeah, you can definitely pack up some of that stuff for later if you want. I'll say it's still a good hour and a half before you're scheduled to get to your job, and that's about, I want to say, 45 minutes to almost an hour one way for you. So you got about a half hour or more before you actually have to leave.
Alright, well, since I'm up.
It might be a little late for this, by the way. I just realized you would want to add 5 extra to Styx's con save because he also got a plus 5.
Oh, that's right. He also ate too.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, you'd probably eat same reaction as Albrich then, because it'd be pretty much about the same there. It's good food, you know. It's you'd come back here for a second time if this was a restaurant for sure.
The letter I received, is it sealed?
It is. It has a
Is there
small
any kind of...
It has a small wax seal on the back. It looks like a hammer striking a metal flute. The wax seal.
Right. Is it a seal that I recognize?
You were there for a bit. You're fairly certain that it's the Steel Singer seal.
Ah, oh, okay. Hammer striking. Okay, gotcha.
That's actually what I thought it was, and I didn't even remember.
That's why I figured it was.
Well, a flute really isn't made out of. Okay, yeah, never mind. Anyway,
It's a brand thing.
yeah. I
Played
got
a
it.
steel flute.
And all right, I'll open it up.
Inside is a small letter that says from the desk of Master Steelsinger, and just a little, let me find it here. The small note attached with a couple bit of papers just reads, Albrich, I regret to not be able to show you around on your first day, but a few things have come up and I'm in council chambers. Enclosed is all of your documentation for your new position. I believe, let me get this correct.
Wow, good thing I brought you your mail. I literally brought you your fucking job ID.
I mean, thank you. I would have picked it up on the way down, but
Personally, as a stoner right now, it's really weird being the first one awake. Which is why the rest of you have to be awake.
Alright, I found it finally. Sorry. The note says, if you have any questions at all, please seek out Rispit. He is the one who has been in charge of the warehouse up until now, and he'll be able to tell you everything you need to know. I'll be going through my rounds at the end of the day like normal, and hope to see you accommodating to your new position well. All regards, Dietrich Steelsinger, and then about 1,000 other what look to be honorary titles after that. And yeah, attached is what looks to be a employee ID card for the Forge Works, as well as what looks to be another form of ID that you're not quite certain what it is, but it's pretty much like the other one, but a little different. It's got some other symbols and stuff that you don't recognize really.
okay.
Also, a note saying bring your own mask.
But yeah.
So it's a little. The second one is like a little bit more ornate, or just has different symbols on it.
It's the same level of ornateness. It just has different symbols. From what you can infer, it's probably an ID for something else that you might need during your job, but
Okay.
you don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. I will immediately after reviewing that head downstairs. Do I still see Ricky in the hallway or downstairs, or is he gone?
No, I'm gone.
Okay. I will. Is the concierge down at the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah, the concierge desk is just past the grand staircase to the main
right.
floor.
I will walk up to the desk and just say, well, I didn't really appreciate the wake-up call, but thank you for the breakfast. Although in the future, could you have them provide me with ale in the morning, please, and not whatever was in that cup? It just smelled awful. Ale, please, all the time, ale.
It's the policy of the inn that any alcohol is an extra charge, so it's not included in meals, unfortunately.
That's fine. Here, and I'll pull out 5 gold and say, add that. Take from that every time you give me an ale with my meal. Okay?
Okay, I'll inform the cook. You said you already ate breakfast. He's looking a little confused at you, and then over towards the bar area where the actual continental breakfast is set up.
There was food in my room.
Uh,
Y'all didn't put it there?
I didn't. That's weird. Cook usually doesn't do that. I guess the cook must like you for some reason. I apologize if it was not to your liking. We can't really control what she does.
Sounds like you might need to get another cook then.
We tried.
And I'll just turn. I'll walk I'll walk into the. Not even touching that. I'm gonna walk into the wherever the continental breakfast is set up and grab a few things like bread or things that appear to be relatively portable that I could add to my meat and wrap them up and put them in my bag. And is there no one behind the bar?
The bar is closed, and in fact, all of the bottles and everything have been taken down. From what you can see, it's like they basically lock up any alcohol for at least the morning time.
Okay. Then I am going to walk out and start heading towards the forge. If I can find any place that has ale along the way, I'm going to stop and get some.
Can Talsum get up early enough to actually talk to him before he leaves?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
That's how fast Styx wakes you up.
Yeah, so to make this clear, guys, to make this clear, you're all waking up pretty much at the same time, and you're all getting out of your room and looking out just about as Ricky left. So the only person who's gone at this point is Ricky.
The only person who has not been woken up right now is Talsum, but that depends on how fast Styx gets his shit together.
I mean, I was going to wake him up, like, right after I eat. So I would have started eating around the same time as, like,
Right.
our door friend here.
Right, so Talsum would probably be leaving, I don't know, like, Talsum would probably be going down the steps, I'd say, as Albrich was talking with the concierge.
Yeah, so I definitely would have woken you up.
So, for your breakfast, Talsum, you have a nice hearty bowl of white vegetable soup. Potato, parsnip, a few other things, jicama. You can tell, because you're a seasoned cook, that not only is this really hearty, good root vegetable soup to start the day with, but it's also perfectly seasoned. If you do eat it, I will want a con save.
Talsum will eat it, and does he remember anything from last night about the cook and what he ate? And
that would be
because he was wasted.
Right.
That would. He rolled very good perception.
Con save for the food. History check for remembering.
Con save 12. History 13.
Nice.
Yep, really nice, really good seasoned food. Just like you can, as a cook, you can definitely admire the fact that this is real quality stuff, and you got a nice piping hot cup of tea next to it as well.
Butterscotch cookies.
No butterscotch cookies. Seems like this person doesn't believe in cookies for breakfast for some reason. But it's a little difficult remembering last night. All you can remember is that
there was food, there wasn't food, and then there was food.
All I can remember is that food happened, so you ate. That's about it.
And someone screamed.
Food happened.
And for some reason, he remembers a scream. And that's it.
But yeah, you're able to eat your food and head down the steps, and just about as you're reaching the bottom of the steps will be when Albrich is finishing talking with the concierge.
Yeah, he's coming down. That was really good. How do they know it was my favorite? And then he sees Albrich leave. Hey, Albrich, hold on.
Yeah. How you
So
feeling
every-
this morning?
Surprisingly not awful.
Well, good. I'm glad you can handle your liquor.
Used to it at this point, but yeah, I was dealing with some stuff. So is everyone else here, except for Ricky?
Ricky is gone. Albrich is Albrich. You know, you just talked with him. Sticks, would you go back into your room after waking up Talism?
No.
All right. So Sticks probably would be
After.
walking down right after you. Rowan, are you gonna read the letter first, or are you gonna head
Yes.
straight down? All right.
I would read it.
As you open it up, it is from the gentleman who let you guys into the gate when you first showed up. If I can get this stuff. No, right there. No, there. Yeah, here. God dang it. Alright, I'm getting expanded a bit. This guy, I got a character image for him. Captain Relic, the gentleman who you interviewed with before being allowed in the city.
All right.
This is what he looks like, just for you guys to understand. I'll get rid of that real quick. It's just it simply just is a reminder in the note. It simply gives you the amount of time you have left for your writ to be worth what it is. Basically, seems like he's going to be reminding you daily to make sure you get your ID card.
All right. And does it say where to go, or do I just have to remember that?
You can roll a history check with advantage, considering you didn't have anything mess with your memory, really.
Give me a second. I'm trying to find history on my sheet.
There it is.
Did I get anything from casting Identify on myself after I woke up?
That'll be a 14.
14. You remember that you were told to get something from the human counselor's office, and Bragg said that the human districts are all over, like, here somewhere, but he didn't know where to go himself. So you know a general area to go, but that's about it.
All right.
And did you cast it on your physical body?
Yeah. Yeah, like put my hand to my own forehead.
You are Ricky.
Read it out of my book.
Yeah. No, you are Ricky.
The wizard, not the sorcerer.
Exactly.
Are we sure?
I mean, he just cast the spell on himself, so I think we are.
I mean, if you instead touch a creature throughout casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Unless you have anything affecting you that you would use on yourself constantly throughout the night, you don't see anything new.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. So Roam tells him Sticks and Albrich, you'd all probably meet up about the same point at the bottom of the stairs, at which point the concierge would sort of hold out a small it's D&D, so I want to say cardboard, but essentially what it would be like a small, kind of like a very small, thin wooden box, kind of like a glasses case or something like that.
A small crate of some kind.
It wouldn't be a crate because it wouldn't be like nailed down. It would be kind of like it'd be like a hinged box, like a glasses case.
Like what's in a tinderbox?
Kind of. But yeah, he'd hand that towards you, Sticks, and actually on top of it is is a symbol that you don't actually know. Now that I think about it, yeah. And I don't have an image for that symbol yet. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's all good.
So is it just a symbol, or is it like a letter with the symbol or something, or?
Well, there's a letter with the box, but the symbol is on top of the box, kind of like burnt in on it.
Then I'm going to read the letter first.
It is addressed to you from Deacon Willsby. Hello. I do not remember his voice at all.
Basically goblin.
Yeah.
More like Kermit.
My voice is actually pretty bad for doing voices today because something's up with it. So I'm just gonna be talking normal for most of this, unfortunately. But the gist of the letter is that he unfortunately is not going to be able to make it to hand it to you in person, but the box contains your citizenship card that he promised to give you. He explains that once he brought your cause to the council, they unanimously agreed to grant you the card. After learning that not only were you a Azamar, but you were the celestial child of one of the really good deities, like one of the good guy deities.
Of a pacifist.
Yeah, basically, your god mama got you some props.
So pretty much, what is going through Styx's head is, they think that I'm not a threat. They think that I'm weak. They think I'm a pacifist. How dare they? Killed too many people to get to where he is now.
I'm gonna say that
way too many people.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say that at this point, Rowan is coming into the area just like, "Hello there, everyone. How is everyone this morning? Oh, such a lovely day."
You see Styx spins around towards you with a fist raised, but then he just, not you, not today, not you, not you yet, not you yet.
A big grin on his face. There's a lovely little pacifist right there.
I will strangle you.
So the rest of the letter essentially says that Deacon Millsby is not going to be inside the city walls for the day. He's going out to the refugee area to offer aid to the less fortunate. Otherwise, he would have given you the card himself, but he has his own responsibilities, and he figured leaving it in the care of one of the prestigious inn that you're in would be fine. So I assume you opened the small box then.
Oh yeah.
It is essentially the exact same card, with your name actually pre-written into it, that the other non-human members have. Except there is a small word in Celestial that basically is the way of saying Azamar and Celestial up in the right corner of the card.
Like, Styx is mad that they didn't see him enough of a threat to at least check him out more, but that part is like kind of nice,
Right. So you have your citizenship card at this point, which essentially means you're free to do whatever from what you've been, from what you can understand.
Yeah, that reminds me, Rowan. He doesn't have his citizenship card, does he?
No, I don't, but I can get it any time in the week.
Styx just like a stick just goes. I don't know about that one, buddy. Like people here are already jumpy enough when it comes to you.
I was there to be jumpy about. It's such a beautiful day.
The happier you are, the more I want to punch you. But it'll be like punching like punching a puppy, and I just don't want to do it. Ah, you so lucky. You are so lucky.
Ain't we all lucky to be living in this world?
He makes he makes like the choking he makes like the choking like motion just for like a split moment, and just if you were just a little bit shorter, a little bit less bulky. Where?
But I guess we
Wait,
just
hang
gotta
on.
figure out what's on the agenda of today.
Well, we could try to find you a way to get your citizenship so that, guards won't stop you every moment they get.
Well,
Uh,
hey, I think Talsum had a plan or a thought of something.
I can
Ricky already left. You sure?
Yeah, just something that came up that we can do for the day, but it's not a big deal.
Shoot, let's hear it.
More happy or
Oh, that was in
more-
character. Okay, so first of all, I was here all day yesterday, and as such, I kinda went ahead and paid for everyone's stay for like the whole week, and it's not like I'm low on cash or anything, but if all of you with your jobs and businesses could pay your part, that'd be swell.
Well,
I
how much was
do
it?
not
What's
have
the
a job.
split?
Telsum takes out an abacus from his huge bag. Let's see. Goes here, goes here.
I like to think it's a proper Greek abacus and it's like the size of a harp.
If you allow it, sure.
Okay.
Out of character, I have no idea how those things work.
I don't
you
either.
Slide and you count them, I think. I don't know.
You slide them from side to side, somehow it works with counting
And
and math.
there's magic.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so after moving for a little bit, Telsum's like, 55 gold each.
Oh, okay, that's not much. I could pay it now.
Give me a
Then I would
second,
be
let me
almost
check
broke.
my pockets. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull out 55 gold, hand it, just slap it into his hand, just be like, "There you go, mate. Ain't no trouble."
Well, aren't you jolly today?
Why
I
wouldn't
swear,
I
like,
be?
I'm
It's such a good day.
I am not going to let him drink any more of that tea that he was giving yesterday. I swear. I swear, my mom. Yeah,
You
that's like a
drink
big deal.
tea? Didn't take you for the tea person.
Oh, neither did I, but that was the best stuff I've ever had.
Where
Think I
the
might go
trash?
see the lad again. Ask him if I can help him find the stuff for a bit of spare gold. Maybe I can get
Speaking of-
see if I can grow
speaking
some
of
of it
that.
myself, sell it at the tavern.
Calm down there,
the
Rowan, buddy.
deacon-
He's not in the city.
I gotta get whatever that deacon is giving you. Huh.
I got it as well.
Like,
Does Styx pay Talsum anything, or did you say out loud that you're almost broke?
yes.
I did. Oh, he's
I-
broke.
Yeah, I'm going to pay him back later. But for right now, I need to find a job first. And possibly, ask, the head of the guard. I forget his name again.
The
What
guy
was
that
Look.
the guy that I brought up earlier isn't the head of the guard. He's just the captain of the South Pearl Gate.
I guess I wouldn't know the head of the guard. Oh God.
Hey, listen. If you really are broke, it's fine. Whatever you do, whatever you want, man.
Styx will place a hand on your shoulder, look you dead in your eyes, and say, "Thank you." Yeah, just
Okay.
like, yeah, just
No
like,
problem.
thank you.
I'll slide over 100 gold to you, Talsum. And I'll say that should cover mine and most of Ricky's. I figure he can pay you the rest of it whenever, and you can choose whether or not to tell him I paid any of it at all. That's up to you. But
Nah, should be fine. Thanks, man.
you sat around here all day yesterday. What did you want to do today?
Well, I wouldn't mind staying another day just around. However, hold on, just looking at a name. It was Bragg. Yeah, I came here with Bragg, and he actually told me about how he had a sister named Gerda. And just to be clear, because it confused me as well, there's Gerta, who's the goblin you guys first met when you got teleported to town.
Yeah.
It wasn't the one I first met because I was teleported to a pile of manure.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's Gerda, the goblin, and Gerta is Brack's sister. She apparently owns a magic shop here in town, and he said we should visit her.
I have nothing
Gretka.
else to do.
Gretka?
Gretka.
Whoops.
All right. Well, she sounds like she might be important. Maybe the three of you guys can go check that out and see what it is that's worthwhile. I have to get out to the forge works here pretty quick. But another thing, if y'all are looking for something to do, I can show y'all to the docks, and maybe y'all can look around and see about a boat or what we could do to, escape this place if we have to.
That is true.
Think it'll come to that?
I don't know, but we showed up here using, and I'm gonna look around for a moment. The only one that's still in the hotel right now is the concierge that we see, or are there other people down here at this point?
It looks like it's the concierge is behind the desk. He's manning that. There's a couple of people running around, look like maids and such, getting ready for the day, cleaning up and everything like that. And the continental breakfast has a couple of attendants there in case people want anything specific or have like dietary needs. It basically looks like waiters sitting at either side of the breakfast table.
Okay, so I'll quietly say, since we kind of used some magic to get here, I personally didn't intend to get involved in a full-scale war, or let alone a siege.
Tell me about it.
Guess we could stay for a while, but I really would much rather we got back home.
Yeah, I got business back at me tavern. Man, I miss that place. I can't wait to see everyone again.
Yeah, okay, look, he might not want to strangle you, but you keep that noise up and I'm going to knock your block off.
Oh, come on. You know it's such a good day.
It's getting harder and harder not to hit you.
I give Rowan an elbow in the gut. Not extremely hard, but he's probably got a six-pack there, so it probably wouldn't even bother him. But
Yeah,
I just give him an elbow in the gut.
He's also wearing armor, so
Yeah.
So in the knee.
Yeah. Maybe the knee.
No, not his knee. It's the adventurer's weakest part.
Oh, no!
Only two arrows, though.
So yeah, we could. Anyway, I know about where the docks are, at least part of the docks. But I've got a long day ahead of me, so I don't know if you guys wanted to do some other things before you hit that part. But
I personally, until after the siege, it's not that I want to start going on a murderous rampage. I kind of do. It's more or less to help the wounded. Nothing. It's more or less to help the wounded that might, suffer some casualties during all of this. Both sides, human and non-human, as much as I don't say it. But, we are supposed to help help in the siege any way we can. You have smithing. Ricky does whatever Ricky does. Hope that we're elven girl, whatever. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do, and I'm going to find what I'm supposed to do. I really just don't want to be on the front lines, you know.
So all we can do in these times then, always gotta find ourselves in it.
Yep, that's kind of how it works. So, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. We can. I think I was told I have a 12-hour shift today. So I don't know exactly how long I'll be, but I will see y'all later.
Have fun.
I don't know if I
have to do something in a war, it'll be playing Jaunty Tubes.
I don't know if I misspoke or what, but I know the forge masters that you saw working like the metal and everything, they do 12-hour shifts. You weren't told how long yours is.
Right, so I'm making the assumption it's going to be a 12-hour day.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that wasn't me accidentally saying something wrong.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't know that it was. Yeah, the only thing that was specified were what the forge masters were doing. So I figure, that's what everybody does. So that's what I have to do. So
they're forging things. You're going to be shoveling coal.
All right, glorified babysitter.
You might have 18 hours. Glorified shit shoveler.
I will say my goodbyes for the day then, if there's nothing else that we want to talk about together, and then head over to the forge.
Six is going to quickly run over to the concierge real quick. I forgot. I actually need to tell him something about my room.
Yeah, he's just. Yeah, no, he hasn't left. You guys have only been there for like 10, 15 minutes, and he just started his own shift, so.
Okay, then I'll just quickly run over to him and say, sup there, young one?
What?
Young? No? Yes, no?
What?
What is he? Like...
He is a gnoll, but he looks like he's probably a few years younger than you.
He's a gnoll, so it's kind of hard to tell with them. Yeah, exactly.
His fur is kind of like poofing out from both of his wrists and around his collar and around the collar of his shirt.
So I just so I'm just having a hard time figuring out how old he is, and just sir, kid, young one, whatever. Listen, whoever goes into my room to clean up and stuff, you might want to tell them that they might have to clean the feathers. I'm not sure how long they normally last. So
feathers?
There's that.
We don't allow animals inside the building. Sanitary reasons.
For a moment, he just looks hurt as he just pops out his wings. Animals? How dare you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were keeping like a chicken or something. People have done that before.
Someone actually tried to take a chicken in there? Either way, yeah, just whoever goes in there, and just mind feathers. I don't really care what they do from them. Just please get them out of my room. Also, whoever cooked, just let them thank you, and somehow getting into my room while I was sleeping. Just
Yeah, like I told the other guy, we can't really control the cook, but I'm sure she'll be happy to hear that you like the food that she apparently gave you. If you want your room cleaned, we have a few placards available for you to put on that do not disturb or requesting cleaning. We clean at the end of at the middle of the day and near the end of the day, unless there's a do not disturb sign. So you should be fine, sir.
Also, retract what I said about the cooking. Please tell your creepy cook to not come near me ever again. Ina
I can say things to her, but no one controls her, sir.
Oh, that reminds me. Can she teach me how to cook?
You don't want that. You do not want that thing near you, okay?
I don't
She
know if
somehow knew
anybody's. Sorry, go ahead.
She sounds like a lovely woman.
She somehow knew exactly what my favorite breakfast was. I think I would like that.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever asked to learn from her. I don't know how well that'd go, but you're welcome to try, sir.
Lovely.
If you
Also, I
want to learn all that curse magic, that is all you.
Also, I remember hearing screaming last night. Was it you, Sticks?
Yes. She moves incredibly fast, like insanely fast. And also,
the cook scared you?
Oh, you're talking
Yes, for
about
multiple
that
reasons.
woman that blurred across the roof. Yeah, I saw her traveling.
That thing, it is not a person, it is a monster that somehow somehow knows me, and I don't know, man. She is creepy.
I want a perception check. I want a perception check from everybody.
Here we go.
Everybody who's still in the building, I should say. So I think Albrich, you're gone on, and Ricky's definitely been gone.
20.
10.
17.
All right. Sticks for a moment in the corner of your eye, behind the concierge. You see an old woman just slowly scowling at you as she dips behind the desk.
I'm going to jump back, pull out my short sword, and say, "Back, you foul demon!"
I'm sorry, sir. I hope I didn't have problem. What do I do? The kid's just like holding his arms up. It looks like you're holding your weapon to the kid because she was like right behind him.
I'm telling you, this place is cursed, and it's all because of her. And I'm going to put my short sword back, like slowly, just like scanning the room. I just saw her.
Like I said, I apologize about our cook. We have tried. Please don't hurt me for stuff she does.
I don't plan on hurting you, but if she comes near me again and I catch her, and I'm like saying this loud too, I am going to stick my sword so far up her. Nope, Mom. Mom is peaceful. Mom is peaceful. Mom is peaceful. I'm peaceful. I'm peaceful. No threats. No threats.
You get a handful of people from the area where the Continental Breakfast is just looking at you like, what the fuck's going on with him?
I just scowl back at them.
I'm gonna look at them and smile and just wave as fast as I can. Hello!
Hey, man.
And then I'm going to leave to try not to make any threats, because like he's on the urge of both homicidal thoughts and just like mentally breaking down, because that's some creepy shit, man.
I'll follow him out.
Absolutely terrified.
Oh yeah, he's scared.
I'll follow him out, but I won't announce my presence.
Tells him, are you gonna go with him?
Tossum didn't get a good look of the cook, right?
No, the only it was a 20 or higher check, so Styx was the only person who saw her.
I also
the
you're
last
talking
night,
about now. I thought you were talking about.
No, yeah, you all saw her or the night before, but Styx is the only person who's seen her since.
So Talsum goes like, "Hey, Styx,"
Yeah.
and Talsum uses silent image to create an illusion of the old lady right behind him.
Roll me Arcana.
Oh, for what?
If you fail, it's actually her.
17?
The image appears, but for some reason tells him it's flipping you off.
Oh god.
Why is it doing that?
Please don't do that. She doesn't like people commenting her image.
Wait,
I guess Styx was around
what
and
are
she's
you
just there.
talking about?
I created an illusion of the old woman right behind you.
Yeah, the
Wait.
concierge actually looks like legitimately concerned as he says that as well.
Apologies. And
Does
he snaps his
try-
fingers and disappears.
Styx does try to punch it before it disappears, though. Foul creature, leave me alone! And now I'm going to make my way out.
Okay, we'll unpack this later.
I'll follow him out.
Tassim will
Ow.
join.
He's
All
just slowly praying. Oh, he's trying to pray. He doesn't really know how to, but you know,
Mom, if
I
you're
know
out
that we
there-
haven't known.
Can't touch Rowan,
I
can't
know.
touch the lady.
I know we haven't known each other long, and I know that you're a peaceful God, but why is it so hard for me not to want to kill something so much? Yes, that just completely terrifies me. And can I please kill her? Just please, it will make me sleep easier. I think I even saw her before I went to sleep. If that wasn't some kind of dream. Oh God, was that some kind of dream?
Are you actually trying to talk to your celestial parent, or are you just flavor?
Yeah, this is just flavor.
Alright.
Pretty much, he doesn't even know how to pray. Really, it's just like he's more or less just like whispering this to himself until the realization. Him seeing her face outside of his window might have not been a dream.
And you also remember that you were on the second floor with no balconies below the window.
Yeah, just like him passing the building, just like was that I'm just like looking I'm just looking at the place that we just left. And
Yeah,
I'm guessing that like we were like passing my room at like some point.
Yeah, you guys would go around to the point where you'd be able to actually see the windows. There is literally no place for anybody to stand on that side of the building where a face would go through the window.
Yeah. I just stop and just stare and just that was a dream, right?
Perception check.
Yeah. Oh, perception. Oh god.
Oh no.
I want to cry. 22.
Always watching Wazowski.
I got a 22.
You swear you can see her face yet again from your window.
Yeah, Styx's eyes just goes wide and just.
Again, she just slowly goes down as if on an elevator until she's not there anymore.
What is this? Is she glitching the system? That's why she can't die?
Please tell me
What the
this.
hell did I do to deserve this?
I really hope this is the BBEG.
I don't think it has
No,
sex.
you don't. I do not
Trust
want.
me, you do not.
Do you want a TPK at the end?
Like she has to be at least level 50 in like everything.
Okay, so you guys head out, and we're
I
gonna.
wonder when she's gonna take offense to Ricky not eating her food.
Maybe.
And also
I
trying
hope
to identify it.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get to that when we come to it. First, Ricky. We're going to zoom over to you at the point at which you arrive at the house which Elena, your charge, went to the night before. As you arrive, kind of similar to the night before, you have to show both your temporary visa and the badge of the mage guard that you have in order to even get within sight of the building, to the point where it's slightly annoying how many times it's like even people who clearly saw you just give it to the guards at the post that's like within sight, they ask again. And when you get to the building, you notice there is a gentleman sitting out front. He looks to be he looks like he's high elf, but he's got the size and build of Rowan.
Oh. He's a big boy.
Yeah. He's a big, buff, high elf man. And he's just sort of like sitting with his arm... He's not sitting, he's just standing with his arms crossed in front of the doors as you approach.
Hold my hand up and wave to him. Say good day, sir, in flawless Elvish.
You see a bit of a eyebrow raise at hearing flawless Elvish come from your mouth, and he'll just respond in Elvish, "Excuse me, sir, what are you doing here? This is a private residence."
I forgot the name of the girl.
Elena.
Who are you charged with?
The annoying one. Elena.
She sounds like this.
I'm Elena's mage guard.
See your badge and papers, sir.
I would present them to him.
He looks them over pretty diligently and then hands back to you. Apologies for that. I did not realize that the young miss had been given a mage guard early. He'll reach into his own pocket and produce a badge similar to yours, but kind of looks like this guy's most likely... Like if the mage guard were a military, this dude would definitely be a higher rank, because his badge looks cooler than yours, pretty much. Of course, I'll have to do my job. I'm the councilwoman's mage guard, Elena's mother. Forgive me, I did not realize that Elena had been presented with a mage guard, as I already said. Tell me, how long have you been in charge of her safety? I did not see you this entire week.
Yesterday.
Ah. I will have to speak with the law mage to understand his reasoning, but your badge does seem in order, and from what I understand, you are supposed to be here. Good luck with that one.
I think half the reason he picked me is because I can cast Fireball.
This guy just gives you a look like, okay?
Literally, when he was talking to the law mage said that most of the magic users in the town can't even cast Fireball.
Right. But you get a look from this guy like, okay? Well, like he doesn't understand why that's particularly good. Oh,
Look at the name, Fireball.
right.
He holds it in his hand.
He doesn't
It's a
realize why
fireball.
it's good because he's never seen Ricky fight.
Right. From what you can tell, this guy is just guy has the idea of like, yeah, whatever, human type thing. But he just looks at you. Well, you have a lot to deal with that with your charge. That's for certain. I'm just glad I don't have to deal with the little thing anymore. Well, you might as well stick around and have a bit of a cup of coffee or something like that. The girl doesn't usually get up until noon.
Oh, I like the little Elena.
Hey, that's me.
And she should be getting up soon. We've got an appointment.
If she gets up for an actual appointment, then I'll give you 50 coins. 50 silver coins.
Thankfully, Ricky has motivated her with the power of Lady Boner.
Oh God.
Damn it. Alright, so, as you sit there waiting, you kind of just shoot the shit with this guy for a little bit. You kind of learn, it's like, yeah, he's the... let me get the right name here.
I would ask about how he fights.
How he fights?
Yeah, because he looks like a barbarian, but he's in the mage guard. He confuses Ricky.
You say
How
that as
do you
Rowan is a
exist?
magic user.
You have muscles in their body and mind?
Rowan took a feat to cast like one spell.
3. I'll have you know, 3. Or maybe
So-
4.
Cantrips, one first level.
So you ask about his general physique and how he's on the mage guard, and essentially he just explains that he's actually a little boastfully, he explains that he's a decently powerful wizard, and there have been a couple times in the past where he realized that he wasn't really able to hold his own once his enemy got close to him, so he decided to just get unreasonably fit so that he can just kick the shit out of people if they get close to him. So it's not like he has some special abilities. He's just overly fit so that he's not a weakling when it comes to close counters.
Understandable. I've actually got an indentured servant named Rowan who handles close range combat for me.
You're very lucky, 1, Rowan isn't there, and 2, he's on
He
the
doesn't
tee.
speak
still.
Elvish.
Fair enough.
It's laugh. He
Wait,
did
actually,
laugh.
let me check his
Oh,
languages.
laugh.
If he does speak Elvish, then we're
No,
going to
just
talk
common
about
and
him in
Dwarvish.
Sylvan.
Alright, so you guys are basically just shooting the shit, you learn a little bit about him, and then probably about, I don't want to say like 15 minutes after you arrive, the door opens, and I want a perception check from you, Ricky.
I was also going to ask him if he wanted to compare spellbook.
Alright.
Oh, 6 spellbook, bro.
No, if he has any spells I don't have, I can transcribe them.
He seems
not
to be
blockproof.
pretty protective of it.
He's smart.
And again, I'm not very perceptive. Oh wait, I've got a bird!
You can roll for your bird.
God
Oh,
damn
wow.
it!
Oh. Bird's
A bird is
distracted.
flirting with another bird.
Yeah, it's flirting with the
Yeah.
pigeon.
Me and my familiar are just both have a joint in their mouths facing the other way.
Actually, your bird's just kind of like checking out this super buff elf dude. He's like, dude, this guy's like ripped. What the fuck? He's just like checking him out.
It's like literally hopping around, walking around him.
Yeah, kinda.
But I do want him to
Can
be
you be my
smoking,
mage?
so he has a pipe. Like
Oh,
a corn
God.
cob pipe just sticking out of his mouth as he's like hopping around.
All right,
super
so,
buff
With
elf.
those perception checks, the door opens, and as you look, for a split second, you're certain that it's Elena, but it doesn't look like Elena. First of all, she doesn't have any of the colored hair. She's dressed very finely, and she has a look on her face that does not look like it would come from somebody. She looks just a touch older.
Wait, Elena has a sister?
The woman looks at you with a little bit of a... It's kind of weird, but it's a mix of a smile and a scowl somehow.
It's that
She's
stare.
smiling
I am
because it's a
familiar with that
compliment.
kind of stare.
She's scowling because she doesn't want me to exist.
Who are you? As she looks at you, Ricky.
I'm Elena's mage guide.
Oh, that's right. She did say that that old fool finally gave her some protection. Well, you may kneel in front of me. I am Counselor Mokio.
Ricky would just kind of, like, his face would just go blank as he tried to register being told to kneel.
She is not no queen, so why do you need to kneel?
And then he'd come back with, I'm nobility too, thank you.
Oh, really?
I am one of the great nobles of the kingdom of Sunnyvale.
I've never heard of it, and I've never heard of you.
This is not in your country, duh.
Well, you don't want to tell them that, because then they'll start asking questions.
Shush!
That's
Everyone
because-
shush!
In my travels to gain more power, I've decided to become a traveling mercenary of sorts. That's how I ended up here in your very fair city.
What was your name?
Ricky LaFleur, or the Smoke Wizard.
Floor. She's kind of tapping the bottom of her chin with her finger as she kind of looks up a bit, trying to contemplate a little. Oh, I think I remember that name. You're one of Rorik's men, are you not?
If by one of Rorik's men you mean I killed the majority of the enemy, yes.
Right, he said something about the wizard who helped them out, taking out the vast majority of the enemy. He also said that they were complete fools and weaklings, and he wasn't surprised.
I mean, they did stand a little too close together. But took out a couple catapults.
Took out one.
Well,
I'm allowed to embellish.
well,
no one
sounded
else
like
could
a- you
see
sounded
a
a bit like
mile
Patrick
away
Warburton
besides me.
guys, calm down. Well, I suppose there could be worse gods for my daughter, but I will have you know this. She kind of flicks something out of her pocket for a sec. If you want this by the end of the day, and she kind of flicks it again to show that it is a citizenship card with your name on it. Ricky.
My God.
One
If-
time I'm not polite.
If you want to have this by the end of the day, then by that point I shall speak with my daughter, and if you are anything but respectful for her, then this will be torn to shreds.
Yeah, I mean, that's completely your prerogative.
You get a little bit of an angry eyebrow raise. Oh, I think that my daughter might like your company a bit too much. She kind of looks towards the other guy. Quickly, we must make to the council. There's a few more emergency meetings again today.
Speaking of the council, what kind of provisions do you guys have in regards to magical weaponry for if we get attacked?
That is under the purview of my father-in-law. I'm sure you can speak to him near the end of the day.
All right. Thank you
She
very
says
much,
this
sir.
as she's walking off, and then she just, pays no mind to you after that. The other guy that was there follows after. It's pretty clear that he's her mage guard, so he goes with her. And you are sitting around smoking another couple joints for another good almost half hour before the door opens again. And this time it is Elena, because you can see the color streaks in her hair, but she's actually dressed a little nicely. Yesterday she was kind of just ragtagged, pretty clear it was whatever was at the top of her pile of dirty clothes. Today she's wearing kind of like a nice little sundress, and her hair isn't just wild and random, it's actually done up a little bit into a ponytail.
Ricky would jump up and like bring his arm back in celebration as she came out in time for him to win 50 silver.
And then you also realize that the gentleman who you made that bet with is already left.
He
Sad.
left, but I've got a bird that can fuck off a mile away and give him a note saying he owes me 50 silver. which is exactly what's going to happen.
Okay, so since you can communicate with your bird, the gentleman, once the bird arrives, not only does the councilwoman just be like, "What is that grubby thing?" And the guy's like, "Oh, it was with that one mage guy. What do you want, bird?" And then your bird informs him that he lost the bet, at which point the bird, if you were to look through your bird's eyes at that point, the bird would have seen both the mage guard and the councilwoman with eyes of nothing less of shock at the realization that Elena is up this early.
Ricky has already proven himself as the mage guy.
The guy actually goes into his pocket, counts out the coin, and hands a small bag to the bird.
The bird would look at
Nice.
the councilwoman and just tilt its head, wondering if that gets the visa.
She just, turns away in, a bit of a huff.
I so wish you were just smug about it. I know your daughter better than you do.
No, that would be a great way not to get my visa.
But yeah. So as your bird's doing that, Elena walks out, and it's kind of clear from the bags under her eyes that she is not used to being up this early. She just kind of looks out. Oh, you actually made it here. Oh. Fucking hell. You have any coffee?
I don't have any coffee. You want to go get coffee?
As long as it's on the way. I got a bunch of shit we gotta do before we get into to see before we get to see and if anybody's at the
The lady elf.
I'm sorry, what?
The lady elf.
Alright, I kind of fucked up her stammering.
Oh.
I can't remember the name of the place. Okay, we got a couple of things before we have to see if anybody arrived at the visitor center today. And she's got a little bit of a smile when she says that. First, we gotta check on a couple places. And as you are walking away, guarding her, you guys walk down on the streets for a little bit. Your bird comes back with your money. And then we zoom out to Albrich as he arrives at the Forge Works.
Am I early?
You're 10 minutes early, so in my personal opinion, in real life, you're on time.
Really?
Okay.
Because for most of the places that I worked, he'd be 5 minutes late.
I would. Do I have to? I don't know. I'm just going straight back in the front door that I went in yesterday.
The same front door?
Well, yeah, because I wasn't told any other way to go.
As you open the door, Sarah Lee, the secretary, is there. Oh, Mr. Albrich. I believe that you sent some correspondences. I hope that you got your IDs properly.
Yeah, they're right here. I don't need to go this way, kind of pointing in the general direction of how we went the day before in the tour.
Well, no, you don't need to go through the whole Forge Works. You can just go around to where the main warehouse gate is. There should be a small service door for employees. The guard there will let you in if you show your IDs.
Oh, great. Quick question. How would I be able to get an appointment with Kenshi and what was his name? You said his name was Esther, or was it Lewis, the siege guy, the guy that experiments?
The guy in charge of experimental technology is Esther.
Esther. Yeah. How could I get an appointment with Kenshi and Esther? Not together, but I mean at different times.
Well, I can set up an appointment with you for Esther. He's a busy man, so he might not have much freedom. Can she? Are you talking about that weird fellow who does all them special orders in the Forge Works?
Yeah, I guess so. He was using a forging technique I hadn't seen before, and I was wanting to try to.
Oh, right. The fellow who
learn
does all
from him.
that, like folds that metal for his swords or something like that.
Yes.
As a forge master, he is set to a pretty tight schedule, so I would personally recommend not bothering him during his shift. What is his day off? He doesn't have a full day off for another 3 days, and the end of his shift should be around 6 o'clock tonight, I think. He came in earlier, a couple hours ago. I think he's still working. But yeah, the policy is to try not to bother the forge masters when they're working, if you don't mind.
Of course. No, totally. That's why I'm asking how to set up an appointment. But it sounds like I just need to wait till his day off.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, we don't. I'm not the secretary for all of the Forge Masters. That'd be a bit too much for just me to do. I'm not certain he has his own business. The best option would probably just try and catch him at the end of his shift, honestly.
All right, very well. Well, yeah, if you wouldn't mind, and I'll show her the letter that or the note that that Steelsinger had given me the other day for Esther. I'm gonna hang on to this, but if you wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate a meeting or an introduction or something with Esther so that I could follow up on this.
I will contact his secretary and we'll have a chat and see how his schedule is looking.
I would appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Do you need anything else before you start your first day?
Well, why do I have 2 badges?
Oh, I guess he didn't specify on that. The first one is just the general employee badge. The other one is your military contractor badge. It's something that you only really get if you're working in a position where you have direct contact with the military. If they ask for an ID, you hand them both.
I see. Okay, very well. And the door to the warehouse is I'll kind of be looking out the front doors, trying to figure out if I need to go left or right.
The gates are very obvious. They're essentially like the side. Gosh, what's a good comparison here? Like, imagine what it would take to have. It looks like an airplane hangar-sized door with, like, an actual normal-sized door, a couple of them on either side.
Okay.
It's very easy for you to remember where they are from where you are.
Alrighty. Alrighty then. Well, thank you very much, Sarah Lee. You look very nice today, by the way. And I will head out to the warehouse.
Yes,
was cool.
the sending stones.
Hold on a sec. That's Esther's secretary. Picks up a phone. All right.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Loud
I'm
and
so
clear.
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So you walk around, you get to the gate. There is both what looks to be military guards, especially in front of the main warehouse gate, like the really big one. And then there's also what looks, from what you can tell, based off of the fact that they don't look like military, but they're pretty kitted out, and they're all dwarves, that this is probably Steelsinger security. And you walk up, you hand the security guy, I assume you hand him both IDs.
Yeah.
Right. He takes a look at it and just looks up at you. Oh, so you're a new fellow, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm here for a short period of time. Trying to help get things straightened out.
Well, if you get those lot in there to move any faster than you already, then we'll be happy. Honestly, it takes them several hours just to fill up a goddamn wagon. Well, have a good luck in there.
Thank you.
Good to have another dwarf on the team. And it lets you in. And when you walk in, it's pretty much what you saw last time. This thing is like Raiders of the Lost Ark sized warehouse times 10. Like, as you walk in, directly next to you is just several lines of what looks to be almost 30 or so ballistas, trebuchets, and other siege engines just lined up along one wall. And then the other where there's just crates upon crates upon crates of different sizes, different markings all over them. You can see a few people running through, in and out. And I'd like a perception check for a few other things. Yeah, that's good. That's my phone. What the fuck? I had it on silent.
Another sending stone. That secretary sure is busy.
Well, it is the front desk.
Did a cap.
Well, she is Steel. Yeah, she is the personal secretary for Steel Singer. So yeah. Yeah. As you look around, you notice that up in the rafters there is a very intricate system of cranes set up for, you assume, to move cargo around and stuff like that. But it's incredibly intricate and almost it's not like wood cranes on rails and everything. This looks like for us, like modern crane systems moving around stuff, like military, not military, like metal cranes.
Okay.
Like bigger and more intricate than you've ever seen. And with that, you also notice the one gentleman that you were kind of actually told about, the Dragonborn fellow, who is looks to be talking to a couple of gnomes. As you walk in, he's kind of midway through the warehouse, having a chat with them. They all have a little cup of coffee in their hands. Looks like they're just starting their day as well.
Okay. Did I happen to find any ale along the way?
I was about to get to that. Every place... Yeah, I forgot. Thank you, though. Every place you've gone to has made it very clear that the ordinance in the city prohibits the consumption of alcohol before noon.
Oh my gods! What a sacrilege! Well, we'll have to fix this. All right. So they're standing talking. Is there like any sort of desk up towards where I'm at this point?
Not that you can see. It's a big warehouse, so possibly, but so far all you can see is the several lines of siege engines, a bunch of crates, and a couple of people off in the distance.
All right. I will walk over to where Rispit is, the Dragonborn.
All right. As you approach, you notice that he's just talking to a couple of gnomes, but the Dragonborn man himself, A, he is a black scale Dragonborn, and B, his armor seems to be made out of black dragon scales. Almost. And he's also the only one wearing armor. The gnomes look like they're wearing just like work clothes.
Okay. I will just kind of stand a little bit away, letting him finish whatever he's saying or doing. I'm not going to try to barge anything, but yeah, I'm just going to kind of wait and try to listen, try to catch what it is he's talking about and saying and giving them instruction to do. Also looking around at everything.
Well, with that perception check, I'd say that you have enough to overhear a little bit of stuff. From what you can tell, he's basically giving them orders on what needs to be set up for the day and stuff like that. And they're just sort of sitting there being like, yep, no, we got that, yeah, no, that should be a problem.
Do these gnomes appear to be like they're competent and taking their job serious, or do they appear to be like slackers?
Kind of in between. You can't really. They don't seem like they're like ignoring him, but they don't seem like they're like they're raring to get going and ready to do their job. They, look like they're here. They're at the office.
Okay.
As he's finishing, as he's kind of almost done talking to them, he kind of looks off to the distance and he notices you, and he kind of flags you down to come over. At that point, when he notices you, or eventually.
Yep, I'd walk over. I'd give him a nod, and I'll just say, "Good morning. I'm Albrich Stonecutter. Mr. Steelsinger brought me in to help out in this area."
Did he really? Well, show me your ID.
I will show him just the general employee badge.
He takes a look at it. Roll me insight.
Insight? Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Ooh.
Your fucking guts.
He seems like a lovely lad.
For a second, you're not quite sure if you can read it for some reason, because he looks a little annoyed at something, but you're not sure why. You figure he might have trouble reading.
Maybe because he's building military things.
He hands the ID back to you. Well, it seems that he's finally found someone befitting of the actual role. Whatever. Here I thought I might actually get some advancement for once. Well, I'd say it was a pleasure, but unfortunately I'm not in the right mood to do that. I am Respite. I am formerly the interim supervisor for the warehouse. I guess I must inform you on what to do now that you are taking my job, it seems. Oh well.
Does he, I guess, based off that insight check, do I get a sense that he regrets that he's basically losing his job? That he's jealous of me? Or
with that insight check, I'd say you're not quite sure if it's one or the other.
Okay.
You two, back over here. And he kind of motions for the gnomes who kind of were like walked off to the side a bit to let you guys have your conversation. And they just show up and it's like, hey, what's up, boss? Yeah, what's up? This one will be taking over as supervisor for the time being. Apparently, Master Steelsinger has seen fit to hire yet another dwarf in a management position. If you don't mind explaining to him how things go, I will explain to him what his duties are, and you will explain what yours are to help him better understand his position. We do have a lot to do going, so make it quick. When they are done, please come find me in the office. It's just past that line of crates there. It's hard to see sometimes. And he points out directly where to go for you.
Sounds good.
And so he walks off, and the two gnomes kind of just like wait for him to go. And then they look over you. Sorry about him. The boss keeps promoting dwarves and keeping us in the low ranks. What can you do?
Well, you can try to work harder.
Doesn't seem
Maybe
to work.
if you showed a little bit of skill.
It doesn't seem to work for Respite. He's the hardest worker here, but almost like Steelsinger's got a vendetta against him. Anyway, this is Chit. I'm Buck. We're the team leaders here in the warehouse.
Buck Chit. All right, gotcha. Sorry, I just had to say that. All right, well, you guys lead the way. Show me what.
But they just sort of kind of do a walk and talk with you. You see, Buck here is the crane operator. He goes up into the little booth up there and gets everything where it needs to go. It's how us gnomes are able to get most of this heavy crap around the place. Otherwise, we'd be having to have a lot more big fellas here to move crap around. I'm in charge of the team that gets everything packed and organized and gets all the papers to the supervisor. I guess that's going to be you now. And we just make sure that everything gets to where it needs to go, and gets it into the loading zones for the crate. If it's too big for us, and it's not in line for one of the crates, we'll generally get Respite to help us move it in there. But I guess he's not going to be leaving. Probably he's probably just going to. Oh, weird! I'm not going to be Respite's boss. That's going to be weird.
I don't know anything about that. Steel Singer didn't say anything about that. He did say that there seems to be continuing problems with the quality of work being done out here. Now, you two seem like smart young men. They appear to be young-ish gnomes, or are they old gnomes?
Buck looks like he's an older gentleman, probably more middle-aged. Chit looks like he's on the younger side for a gnome.
All right. You both seem like smart, intelligent gnomes. I don't understand why people keep saying things are bad back here. So what's your impression?
Well, part of it is that they keep making this stuff and we just don't have the room to put it anywhere, so we have to try and do the best we can. Steel Singer doesn't like the fact that we just don't have enough room for everything he keeps making.
Well, why aren't we shipping it out?
Well, we don't have anywhere to ship it. At this point, Freeze Dusk is the last line of defense. Normally we'd be shipping stuff out to outposts and other forts, but they've all fallen by now.
I see. Alright, keep going.
Anyway, the military is all stationed throughout the garrison around the city, and we wanted to make sure that I don't know, Steel Singer kind of treats this like it's an armory or something, since we don't have a big enough armory to keep everything. But basically, if the military needs to send out on anything, this is where they come to pick stuff up. Or if we have any special orders, that's usually Jeremy or Kenshi's thing. Is they do all the special order stuff, and we get to make sure that goes to the right people. But it's just a lot of volume, and we're small fellas. We only
How many more of you are there back here?
Chit's the only one that runs the cranes, really. He's got an apprentice in case anything happens to him.
Wait, I thought Buck ran the cranes.
No. Look, I'm confused myself, so I apologize if I fuck these people up.
I wrote down Buck runs the cranes and Chit does the packing in the papers.
All right, we'll go with
that. You think that Buck does the crane?
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. I'm just.
You're good.
I can't have my notes up the whole time, so I'm gonna get confused with these guys since A, they talk the same, and B, they're mentally they look the same.
So how many of you guys are there?
Well, Buck's got the one apprentice, so that he's not the only one working the cranes. It's kind of hard to have only one person doing that job. And I got a team of about 5 or 6 other gnomes and a couple of dwarves under me. I guess Respite's part of that team now too. The dwarves are the fellas who check the quality of the stuff from the forge masters. They're some of the better trained. I don't know if I'm saying this right. They're like you. They're dwarves, so they know what they're looking at when they're doing the quality assessment. And when they say it's good, that's when my boys, the other gnomes, get it all packed up in the right crates. Then Buck and his apprentice get the crates moved to where they need to be, and I just sort of make sure everybody's in the right spot. Your job's basically to coordinate things between me and Buck through the entire day, really.
All right.
And you also deal with anybody who comes in and does orders stuff. I don't know. Respite's gonna give you a better, clear idea.
Yeah, I'll deal with them. All right. Why don't you tell you what, Buck? Why don't you go and do your crane stuff? I'll come see you in a few minutes. Chit, I want to go back and see your quality shop and how things are getting processed and understand that a little bit better.
Understood. We'll be in our positions. If you need to know where that is, you can ask Respite. And he kind of wanders off. I assume you go to the office to check in. I assume you go to the office to check in with Respite.
No, actually, I want to go with Chit to go and actually watch the quality, whatever process they're using to see what they're doing, see how it works, and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Spy on the dwarves.
So you follow Chit. Buck goes off, and at one point you see him kind of like grab another or much younger looking gnome, and they head off to some ladders that go to what you can kind of see now as you get a bit deeper into the warehouse. Is there's like a little booth that's on some sort of rail system that looks like it could go pretty much anywhere in the warehouse. And so they climb up a ladder into that, which is going to take them probably a good 2 or 3 minutes just to get up the ladder, it looks like. But yeah, you follow Chit into a back room, kind of closer to the forge works where you were earlier yesterday. And as you go in there, there's about there's like 3 dwarves in there looking over a bunch of stuff that you, as a smith yourself, can tell like this stuff is just straight from the forge. And they're looking over it. One of them's got a magnifying glass, checking out areas where there could be stress fractures on that type of armor and stuff like that. They look like they're doing a good, diligent work of it. They even have like a big piece of paperwork with each piece of armor and weapon that they're putting notes down for.
I'm gonna take out my hand axe, and using the blunt end of it, I want to whack the piece of armor that he's inspecting.
Just a random piece of armor that one of the other dwarves is inspecting?
Yeah.
Oh, bloody, what the hell? What are you doing there, lad?
I was helping you check. Is it cracked now?
He actually looks down for a quick sec. Oh no, actually. It looks like this one is actually a bit stronger than I thought. And he actually makes some adjustments in his notes.
Good. Glad to see it.
Can I ask what you're doing here smacking all the armor with?
My name is Albrich Stonecutter. I've been brought in by Mr. Steelsinger to kind of streamline things and make things move a little bit quicker back here.
Well, you need to streamline things and you need to talk to the military. Tell them to get the shit out of here. We got too much stuff taking up our coffers.
I'll look around the room. Does it look like there's too much stuff?
This room doesn't look like it's overflowing much, but from what you saw as you walked in, the area directly outside it is like overflowing with crates to the point where the clearly marked loading zone is... there's crates outside of the marked area.
Gotcha. And those are crates that have been filled by these guys already?
Yeah, those are the crates that have already been inspected.
Okay.
These guys look like they're able to get through their job pretty well from what you've seen.
I'll keep that in mind. Looks like you're doing a good job in here, though. Keep it up. We'll talk some more later.
Hey, good to have a dwarf on the team.
Aye. Hey, by the way, and I'll lean in a little bit closer to him, and a little bit quieter. Where can a guy get some ale around here?
If you want some ale before noon, you're a luck find. That's especially true in the forge works. They don't want us working sloshed in the morning.
Ridiculous. All right. We'll have to fix that problem too.
Crunch ass neck. Oh, where's the ale?
Alrighty, and there's the gnomes are back here too. And they're the ones that pack up the boxes after the dwarves are done. Is that the way it works?
Yeah, you can see there's like three or so dwarfs. There seems like one station that's empty right now for whatever reason, and then there's about 6 gnomes, probably from what you can tell, like 2 to a dwarf. Who once the paperwork is done, one of the gnomes takes the paperwork and brings it somewhere. The other one packs everything up in some nice like straw and wool and other like soft packing material inside crates, marks the crates properly. From what you can tell, you're not sure the proper markings just yet since it's your first day. And then they move. If it's a large crate, then the dwarves take a split second to help the gnomes, and like basically everybody chips in and moves a crate out. But if it's big enough for a gnome to pick up on his own, he just moves it.
Okay. Alrighty. I'll kind of watch them for a few minutes, I guess, and just inspect some of the armor or weapons that go by too, and just.
If you're doing that, roll me a perception check.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, they're working pretty diligently. The only time that work slows down is when there's a large enough crate where everybody needs to work, and then everybody picks up their pace for a little while after to catch back up. You do notice that there are a couple things that look like the stuff that Kenshi was working on that get put into very specific crates with very specific markings.
I would like to pay attention to those markings for a moment and look more closely at those particular crates.
Seems like the particular markings indicate that the gnome needs to put it in a particular area, because only crates with those markings go to a certain loading dock.
Okay.
But that's all you can tell from this area.
I'll ask Chit. So it looks like these are going to a different place than those over there, pointing to some of the other random stuff.
Hey, those are military. Those are military orders. The other ones are special orders, mostly Jeremy and Kenshi's stuff.
Right, so
special orders are stuff like generals, councilmen, super rich people in the city. They pay out the nose to get really good, high quality stuff from the Forge Works, and generally they ask for Jeremy or Kenshi by name even. And so that's what that loading dock is for. The other one is for military and general use stuff.
Yeah, okay. But do we process these at the same time as we're processing these other things?
Yeah.
Process the special orders any faster or different, or we process them at the same rate as we do process.
Are you asking if we make the same amount? It's
No. Do we stop everything to handle these special orders, or do they just kind of go through the line and get inspected and moved whenever they come in?
They just kind of go through the line like normal. Kenshi made sure to teach all the dwarves here what to look for with his stuff. Jeremy just doesn't really care much more. He only likes it to look nice.
Right. And do we have a stockpile of stuff over on that loading dock that's not going anywhere too? Or does that stuff pretty much get taken and out right away?
It depends. Sometimes people take a couple days to go and pick up their order, but that stuff usually goes out and through pretty quick. We'd use it for all the military stuff and other things like that. And we even tried that, but it gets it fills up too fast. And then we have to move all the crates and stuff to get to the special orders, and those type of people don't like waiting.
Right. Okay. Interesting. All right, then. Well, you all seem to be doing a good job here. Keep it up, and I'll come back and check in on you guys a little bit later. We'll talk some more. And I'll head up to find Rispit.
All right. As you open the door, what would that be? I need to pull up some sort of character sheet to see what this roll would be off the top of my head. Actually.
Would this be the door to the manager's office or the door out of the QA area?
Manager's office, from what you've been told. I don't want to say perception again because I've been saying that a ton, but I guess perception would be the right way to do this.
Okay. I don't mind. It'll get worse. Hey!
Alright. Oh wow, 21, damn! Alright, I've made these tables for a reason, whatever. As you approach the door and you open it up, first thing you smell is a little bit of smoke.
Like fire smoke, like cigarette smoke, like Ricky's weed smoke.
Doesn't smell like someone smoking something. It smells like paper burning.
All right. What do I see when I smell that?
You smell that off the tip of your nose as if something must have just been burning, but when you walk in, you just see Respite sitting behind the desk. Not sitting down, but kind of like his hands on it, looking at some papers.
And he's a black dragonborn?
He is a black dragonborn wearing armor made from a black dragon.
Right. And
from what you can tell,
the dragon colors are fairly common.
Dragon colors and abilities are the same in general D&D.
Right. So it's fairly common knowledge. So
yeah.
I know he doesn't.
Yeah.
This one doesn't breathe fire.
Right.
Okay. Is there any sort of trash can? Or yeah, I'm gonna look around the room before I say anything for like any kind of trash can or what could be used to hold ash.
There is a fireplace off in the corner. For just to let you guys know, it is essentially the same kind of year that it is for us right now as it is in game. So it's kind of fall. So he's got a fireplace to keep the manager's office a little warm.
And is there a fire? Is there a fire going?
Yeah, there's a fire going in there.
I'm curious. Are your kind typically cold at this time of year?
Well, we get cold just like the rest of you, really. It's just I like to keep this place warm for when the VIPs show up. They don't like to be left waiting out in the cold, you know?
I see. Do they come here often?
And when they're coming to pick up their stuff, or if it's a military order, usually the top brass don't like sitting out in the cold either.
I see. Does this room look comfortable? Like there's a place for them to sit and...
There's a handful of chairs, but they're like, folding chairs and stuff like that. It's definitely a warehouse office.
Okay. All right.
It's not fancy or anything.
Can I make an insight check to see if he's hiding something that he actually burnt? Some papers versus...
You can make an insight check to see if he's nervous about something like that. Yeah, if you want.
Oh, I actually rolled good on that one. 15.
He's definitely looking a little nervous as you walk in, for sure, yeah. You're not quite sure what. It's not like he's looking at the fireplace, but he's definitely a bit nervous, like...
Right.
Oh, he's a little tense as you walk in.
Alrighty. So well, that's okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. Because, man, it's already getting warm in here. Tell me something. I'll close the door at that point. Mr. Steelsinger, he and several others have made comments that this particular part of the company is, well, screwed up, and it ain't working right. And part of the reason he wanted me to be back here is because he feels like there's something not right going on. What the boys out there just tell me that well, they told me to talk to you.
It's not their fault. We only got the one crane, you know?
Uh-huh.
We only got the two people who can work the damn thing.
Uh-huh.
And unless it's something about the size of a chess piece or smaller, Little gnome guys can't really move it around that well.
So why do we keep them? Why don't we fire them and get some orcs or something back here?
Anybody of able body like that's been taken into the military at this point. It was enough to keep me here when they ordered in the draft.
Ah. So why did you stay?
Because somebody's got to keep this place from falling apart.
Oh. What exactly has been your job? Mr. Steelsinger said that you were an interim manager. What was your job before?
I had Chit's job until he showed up, and he did a good enough job that I extended the proposal to promote him to Steelsinger. He took the proposal, but he wouldn't make me supervisor for whatever reason. Made me interim. Said that he needed someone he could trust. And so I haven't worked here for 5 years already.
I see. What are you gonna do now?
Well, I'll probably be working alongside Chit, not necessarily under him. Probably I'll ask and see if he's okay with just sharing the responsibilities. I've got a good eye for armor, so I might take up that free slot that's been sitting in the quality department for a while. Probably.
I noticed that. So that's an empty chair. No one's actually working there, huh?
Yeah, that poor fellow has been sick for the last 6 months. It's something that's been going around town, but
He's sick.
Yes, he's
a dwarf?
Yeah. Hi.
Someone need my help?
What kind of dwarf gets sick sitting around?
Don't give the fellow too much. He spent a little too much time at the Grey Docks, if you know what I mean.
Do I know what he means?
Nope.
Didn't think so. I don't. What do you mean, the Grey Docks? He likes to watch the sunset off a boat? What do you mean?
How long have you been in the city?
2 days.
He just face palms at that. Look, the Grey Docks are where you'll go if you want to have a good time, you understand?
Ah. Can I get some ale there about this time of day?
I bet if you looked hard enough. But, honestly, we need to get the work done here. Look, I'm sure Chit and Buck have told you quite a bit about it, but, one of the things you need to know here is that you don't give any room to the military. They'll come in here asking for shit that we can't do. You don't let them steamroll you into doing it.
Right. We're just a warehouse. What else could we do?
Exactly. They think that they think we're the whole company, that we can make this stuff ourselves. They come in here asking for crap that we can't do, and that's one of the reasons why whenever Steelsinger comes up, he just says yes. That's why this place is such a mess. We got too much orders, stuff that we can't fill.
Well, what's all this stuff that's sitting here?
The siege engines. I've been told last night that we needed to get those set up for some sort of operation that's going to be happening tonight. I haven't gotten any specifics. There's supposed to be a courier from the military coming in. I guess you're going to be after the one that's going to have to deal with him as he gets here. Anyway.
Yep, I'll take care of that.
But once those siege engines are out, they'll free up quite a bit of space for other stuff. But we need to make sure we have at least 5 of each kind in here at all times, because those are what keep this district safe. This is our distribution point in case something happens, the enemy gets past the walls. We bring those out. We keep the Haydocks safe with those.
Okay. So is there like any kind of intercom system in this place? Like, or I don't know what to say other than a secretary phone where you call other parts of the factory, or how do?
Are you asking me or him?
I'm asking you. Sorry.
There's nothing.
There's a phone.
Do I see anything like that in the room? I guess is what I'm saying.
Not at first glance.
Okay.
as he continues telling you like which paperwork is what, which symbols mean what, make sure that you can properly identify. He basically goes over the rule book on like this is what tells you that this is a military order. He's explaining all the symbols on the crates and stuff so that you can do all that stuff. And eventually he does point out this sending stone right here is what we use to communicate with the crane operator to make sure that everything's set up there. And there's an emergency one in that chest off to the side there that we use to bring Master Steelsinger here in case something really bad happens. I try not to ever open that crate.
Who answers that when you do that? Mr. Steelsinger himself?
Yes, he's got that in his pocket somewhere at most times. It's each one of the departments has a sending stone that connects to the one in his pocket. We try not to ever use them.
Very good. How do we get information back to the factory, for example, if we need something? If we get a random person coming here asking for an order, how do we talk to them, or how do we talk to?
If someone comes in here asking for an order, if someone comes into the warehouse asking to order something, then the guards aren't doing their jobs, and you direct them to Sarah Lee. She's the one who takes care of new orders.
Very good. Tell you what. I don't know exactly what it is that you're going to be doing, so why don't you go talk to Sarah Lee and find out where she wants you to be.
I was hoping that if it's alright with you, I'd just float around the warehouse, help out where needed, and mostly helping get those crates out of quality into the loading docks.
Well, we'll see about that. For right now, I think you better check with Sarah Lee to find out what exactly is expected of you. You seem to have other skills that might be more useful in other areas. So why don't you go do that? I'm going to look through these papers a little bit here, see if I can decipher all these things you just told me about what ships where and everything. And yeah, you go do that. Leave the door open on your way out, okay? And I'm going to, if he has been sitting at the desk, I'm going to kind of be shuffling my way around to get...
He's kind of been like standing, kneeling over it, like, you know, pointing stuff out to you. But he has been standing on the side of the desk that's clearly reserved for the owner of the office.
All right, so I'm going to work my way around him and just kind of shove him a little bit, push him out the door.
You know, this is how you create a big bad evil guy. With less skill than they have, you come in, steal the job they're aiming for, even though you're only going to be there for like at most a fucking month.
This is what happens.
He's probably just gonna stay here. He's just gonna like take over the place.
Heavily imply that he is less skilled than you because he's a dragonborn and that he'd be better suited in the guard.
This is what happens when you make a -1 charisma the manager.
I think this is what happens when you just promote based off of
what have you done?
Okay, so as you sit down and start
shove
looking
him out the door.
Yeah, as you shove him out the door and you start looking at papers, we will then zoom out.
Well, go
ahead.
I wanted to actually, as I watch him, I'm gonna watch him walk out the door of out the front of the warehouse. And as soon as he's far enough away, I'm gonna put out the fire and see if I can tell what was burning in the fireplace.
Give me an investigation check.
Here
This
we
is
go.
gonna suck.
Oh!
I'm incredibly happy you actually nailed that.
Badly
finally got on
your
that
hand.
one.
So
How badly do you get burned?
That is so on brand.
So you've put out the fire, at least you think you do, and then as you're going through it, every time you pick up what looks like it might be a piece of paper, it just kind of turns to ash in your hand, And at one point, you pick up what you think could be a piece of paper, turns to ash in your hand, and a blazing hot coal goes right into the center of your palm.
Oh.
You don't take any damage.
Toss it back into the fireplace and shake it off.
Yeah, you don't take any damage, and you're a dwarf, so it's kind of like It's not like holy shit like you and I would be. But since your character is a dwarf, it's just like
Yeah. Once that fails, I'll go and sit at the desk and I will try to figure out the symbols and papers and make sure that they're all stacked right. And
would you have tried to do that with every single possible piece of paper that was in there, or would you have at a certain point have given up?
At the point of burning myself, I would have quit probably. Yeah. Just because it's like, I'm not seeing anything. All I'm seeing is ash, so I'm done. I'll leave it alone.
Would you have relit the fire, or would you
Nope.
have remembered that you have a wizard friend who can restore documents and broken things?
Wouldn't think about that part at all, but I would not have relit the fire.
Yeah, so you probably would have gone through like most of whatever was in the fire before you actually burnt yourself. So if there is anything left, it's not going to be much. But as he starts looking through all of this stuff, we're going to zoom out to the rest of the party. Styx, Talsum, and Rowan.
Yay.
Yay!
Hello.
Where were you guys headed? I apologize, we've been on the others for a bit.
We just left and
Right.
started walking.
Right, I thought that was it, but I wanted to be sure. Huh? Yeah.
Styx being traumatized by this old woman. He has no clue why she's so pissed off at him, or why she just wants to scare the living out. And every time she sees him, he's just like walking down the street, just like going through every moment, every person he has ever killed, every fight he has ever been in. Just, have I seen this woman before? Have I killed anyone who might know her?
History check.
You know what's crazy? Is
Super
that she's
villain.
probably your mom.
Give me a history check, Styx.
Oh no!
Super villain. Rule number 1: always kill the
14.
family.
As you're going through your memories, there's plenty of times where maybe, but not sure.
Except for your
You've come
birth.
across plenty of old women.
Yeah. Like there's plenty of times where you've seen elderly women, but that could be her, but you don't think so.
During the time that Styx is, I assume, nervously, looking at every window, every street, Tulsa was just calmly buying different packs of tea to try out later.
He's just whispering to himself as he walks and stops. No, it can't be her. No, wait, did I kill that guy? No, wait, yes, I did. Yeah. Oh yeah, I killed him bad. No,
So, if you guys are heading towards Gretka's, then it's not actually that long of a walk. It's kind of...
Styx, you look nervous, man. I mean, it makes sense later.
I will just ask. So, where are we going, anyways? I mean, there's a lost city to explore. We just wanted to walk around. Beautiful day for it, really.
Well, I mentioned Gretka's sister. She might have something. Might even give us some discounts since we no brag.
I mean,
I don't have much left in my name, though. But we can see. I'm always down to try things.
So you were pointed out, you guys. You were pointed out where to go. So it's this tiny building here on the corner of the market square.
Oh, it's really close.
Yeah, so it doesn't take you guys long. When you get there, it's not big in it's not like a wide building, but it has multiple stories to it, which is kind of rare for the buildings, especially so close to the market square. This is probably the tallest building directly on the edge of the market itself, considering it's actually 3 stories tall. But the bottom one just reads, gosh, what do I have for the title here? You guys are in the Green Thumb Inn, so that's not what it is. Oh, do any of you read Orcish? Actually,
Nope.
tells him.
No.
Rowan, any chance you read Orcish?
He had to step away for a second to answer the door,
Ah,
but I believe he said he only knew dwarf.
I'm pretty sure his pizza has arrived.
ah. Well, let's go on the assumption that he can't. You guys don't know what it says because the title of the store is in Orcish, but it's got an image of some orc person casting a magic spell with a wand as like the icon for it. And the open sign is in the window.
I'm going to walk in. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm to knock. Walk in.
Cards?
One sec.
Okay.
I thought like I just went crazy for like a second.
I apologize. I had to check on a couple things. That's done. My bad. So yeah, you walk in, and behind the door is behind the counter. As you walk in, is a. Let me get the picture. Not this one. Yep. Is a what looks, from what you can tell, to be a half-orc woman.
I like her tusk.
Yep. She's got the image is pretty much what she is. She's wearing what looks to be some type of robes. You're not quite sure what kind of mage she is, but she looks like she knows magic stuff. And she just kind of looks towards you.
Styx is going to his hair a little bit, just like try to slick it back, but how spiky his hair normally is, it just doesn't work. And just like a little breath test, just
Is the ASMR going to try to seduce the orc wizard?
Half orc, and you don't know her class.
I assume she's a wizard. We're the only spellcasters worth anything.
Damn. Okay.
Wow.
Telsum's like,
as you
hey,
walk,
man.
as you walk in, she looks up and she's about to say something. When give me a dex save, Styx. Since you're the first one in.
Four.
Die.
All right. You almost get knocked to your feet, but you expertly just do a little bit of a twist in place as a couple of kids run right past you in front of you. Probably would have knocked you over if you weren't so light on your feet.
Going in or coming out?
Styx is going in, and they're walking in front of him. So they're already inside the building. They're just like running around in circles inside.
How many?
Hi there.
Just two that you can see right now. And from what you can see, they're human children.
Oh, there, you little ones.
So they almost knock you over. The half-orc woman behind the counter just gets a little perturbed look and looks over at the kids. Now, I told you lot to stop getting in trouble in front of customers. Sorry about that, sir. They haven't really learned their manners yet. And when you look down at the kids and you say your line to them, one of the it looks like a little girl, probably like 8 years old, just straight human. She just looks up at you, and she's like, "You need more sun." And they start giggling and running away.
Truly wish sun could fix this, but sadly, it's just my natural skin color.
They've already run away at this point, just having fun as
Yeah.
little kids.
They don't give a fuck you, vampire lookalike.
I just like Six just says that to himself in just a disappointed huff. Just I tried so many times but failed.
Six just internally bawling his eyes out. He
Yeah,
shows
it's like
nothing on the outside, but he's crying on the inside.
I just imagine Six walking out like a spray tan salon, just pure white, still just crying.
Just a small tear forms in the corner of his eye and falls down his face.
Alright, so after that interaction, Talisman and Rowan would have entered the building at this point, and the one behind the counter looks up. I'm sorry about them. They don't really know how to act around customers yet. They're new to the building.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's the truth. Sticks is just completely just he was about to try to flirt, but now he's just damn it, my skin. Yeah, so he's just gonna let
They're human children. There's no way that they're hurt.
you have any idea how much that hurts. Normally people don't even say that really. And he's so subconscious.
They're little kids. They don't have filters yet.
And it just hurts. It hurts to be reminded.
It is actually surprising for how much he travels. Probably genetics.
His genetics. He's an asthma.
I tried so many times to get 10. You know how many people make fun of me because of how pale I am? I look like a vampire. No pupils.
Have
You
you
see
ever just tried being nocturnal instead?
No. I mean, I really could.
Well, then you'd only deal with pale people, and then they will make fun of you.
Just work the night shift. There you go.
Like, Sticks is just right in front of Talisman, just like showing him his eyes and his skin. Pale, no pupils. What am I? What do I really look like besides from like a human with just really pale and weird skin? I look blind.
I want to be orange.
Pretty much doing this, like his wings will like.
I'm just imagining.
Just like.
I'm just imagining like an image of Trump with the words "goal" written on it.
just like because he's so panicked and just so self-conscious right now and just so mentally and emotionally hurt. Even a little bit.
The only thing
spiritually.
he manages to blurt out is, "Would you like to go to dinner?"
Just like his wings are out, like they are all just like furrowed up and just like really just sad now.
I imagine they poof out like a scared peacock, and
Yeah.
and he's just like, "Would you please go to dinner with me?" Like Brick from Anchorman.
Ah.
Gee,
All
why
right, so
did you come here?
you're having this little meltdown in front of this woman who you have yet to say hi to. Talisman and Rowan, what are you guys doing?
Ask her to dinner for him. 1 second.
Please no. Icarus?
Icarus,
Right.
you are muted. I don't know if you know that.
I don't think he's back yet.
Damn.
No? Alright, Talisman, what are you gonna do while he's having this, personal crises?
Okay, so I guess Talsim walks in with like 10 bags of different types of tea in his hand, and is taking his sweet time putting it all in his bag. Does he notice Styx's moment?
I mean, he was saying all of this stuff to you.
Yeah, he was saying everything to you as you walk in.
You'll do just fine. Just be yourself. I'm not sure. How's that been working out for you so far?
Do you really want me to answer that question honestly? Like, it's me, honestly.
Yeah, I don't
Seeing
know
what
you
I can
that
do.
well. Yeah, just take it slow. Don't worry about it. We'll be here for a while.
Do you want anything? Or
Yes. Hello, ma'am. I believe you. Are you Gerda?
no, my name is Gretka.
Gretka? That's you said. Carnes, I swear you said Gerda the first time. I swear. Now you retconned it.
I might have fucked up. That might be my bad.
But fine, Gretka. So you're Gretka, Brack's sister.
How?
You recommended this place to us.
He didn't tell you a discount, did you?
What do you say?
He didn't tell you he'd get you a discount, did you?
No. Would you like to?
This will give her like the biggest price.
Look, that damn fool who keeps coming in here. Yeah, I'm giving her the wrong accent. That's my bad. What damn fool keeps... Fuck it. Fuck it. She has a southern accent now. Fuck it. That's all I can do for her, it seems. Well, that damn fool keeps coming in here and you're saying he's giving discounts to everybody. I told him I can't do it with the current economic situation. I'm sorry. I can't put any more discount. Otherwise, I'd be in the red.
That is fair.
That's all fine, ma'am. I don't mean to strain you in any way. Just looking around.
Yeah, that idiot
That's
brother of mine just keeps bringing in the wrong type of business. I'm sorry about that. I apologize for the kids too. They're a little rambunctious in the morning.
That's fine. I'm not sure how well your relationship with your brother, but I assure you, if anything, he is a capable warrior and protector.
Well, I'd hope so. I'm just glad he got back from that last mission. I told him he's not going out anymore.
I mean, with us there, it wasn't that bad.
You mean with Ricky?
Seeing that you're not there, I'm going to say us.
Why do I suddenly feel Ricky in my head being all arrogant?
It's extremely creepy.
I think we should roll to see if she had heard the story well enough to know that it was somebody who wasn't them that got most of the kills and saved the convoy from catapults.
Look,
You just really want all the pain, don't you?
I did the work, I deserve the fame.
Okay,
If
so
I don't get my position of privilege, I should at least get the position of battle wizard.
That is an actual thing. Wow.
It's part of my background, noble.
God.
You think we just got extra gold?
I'll tell you this: that is quite effective, and that usually does happen for you in your own country.
Yep. Which is why I need to rebuild my reputation by taking the aforementioned properly earned acclaim.
All right, but Ricky, you're not there. Let's back into this, guys. All right, so she's just kind of looking at you a little weird. Is there anything that you need? We got plenty of stuff around the shop. Please just don't go upstairs. That's not actually the shop. That's where our living quarters.
Those two kids, are they yours or? I don't mean to be rude. I'm just kind of curious.
Oh, no, it's understandable. Obviously, with with my complexion and theirs. Bragg and I have sponsored a couple of the kids, and his sister and my brother have sponsored a couple of kids to get in here off the streets. Essentially, it's kind of like adopting them, not really. That this way they keep their own names, and they get a little more freedom. It gets them off the streets, and we like having someone to look after.
So, adoption, kinda.
Yeah. We're responsible for them. Basically, the same level of responsibility. Just really, the only difference is that they don't have to change our names to ours.
That's
I pat Sticks in the back. There.
Sticks just slowly turns his head, and gives you the most. If you don't move your hand, I'ma punch you in the mouth face.
Sticks takes a step back. Right, asserting boundaries, I see. Learn something every day.
We are not at a point yet where I want to be consoled for how I grew up. Trust me.
While this is going on, Rowan's just looking around like a kid in a candy shop.
If you're just generally looking around, I'll take an investigation check from you then. Because I assume you're poking stuff that's of an interest too.
Probably, yeah.
I guess at this point, Telsum would do it the same thing.
Oh. 7.
I wanted to ask about. I actually want to see like where would be like the slums, like the part of the city where you don't want to go alone, especially down a dark alley.
Probably the human district.
Honestly, it's a little shameful, but anywhere outside the gates, basically this whole area over here on the map.
Yeah, like
basically anything on this side of the city outside of the main walls is what's considered the refugee area.
Okay.
You guys kind of saw it as you were getting in. It's a mix of half-built structures and mostly tent city.
Yeah, like
Ted Town.
like me personally, I want to find like some kind of like criminal organization, but I can't say that. Sadly,
mafia group.
yeah, sadly, none of my contacts would live here. I do have criminal contacts, but they don't live here. So,
Well, I mean, you could check where you scroll down your entire life story in Thieves' Cant.
We did, and it was the janitors were taking care of
came
it.
down.
Because specifically when we were walking past it, I was making a point of Pyro and just, oh, hey, isn't that where we were? Crazy, man.
So, Rowan, you don't really find much other than a bunch of stuff that, honestly, Ricky or you can already do. Like, a bunch of cantrip stuff. I mean, there's a couple of Wonder Brooms off in the corner.
Wonder Broom.
It's not even magical brooms. It's just like twice the bristle count type stuff.
That'll make your house so clean, it's like magic.
Combine that with prestidigitation, you got yourself a Wonder Broom.
Actually, prestidigitation wears off.
Yeah.
It gets dirty again.
But, tells him, what did you want to do?
Yeah, after Styx gave him a look, he also just looking around.
Alright, if you're just looking...
At the pretty colors.
Yeah, if you're just looking around, it'd be perception. If you're actually going to be, like, checking through stuff and, like, looking, like, at labels and stuff, investigation.
Where am I sticks?
I try to start flirting.
Yeah, I don't think Talsum would care that much. He'd take a look. Let's see here. What here's good to drink? With a 9.
There's a good section off to the right that's full of just potions and stuff. Most of which you don't understand what it is, either because it's written in a different language for some reason or another, or you just don't understand what the description means. You do see that they do have a couple of healing potions for decent price.
Checking if I have any healing potions. I have one. Say, do you have a limit on how many potions we can take? The Healy types.
Well, we only got a couple crates of them, so I guess as much as we got in store, although... Wait.
I don't know, but given the current situation, I figure you may want to let as many people have as possible.
Right, well, we have contingencies in case the war does come to the city, in which all this stuff gets distributed amongst people who need it. Until that time, though, it is within my store and within my right to sell it.
Right then. Well, personally, I do not like having an arrow sticking out of my ass, so I'll take 10.
He's just going to look at you and just like, do you really need 10? Like, 10 is a lot. Yeah, we're supposed to help out with the siege, but I'm getting that close because I don't ever see you getting that close.
The regular healing potions are 50 gold apiece.
Your point?
Oh.
If you got 500 gold, you're welcome to have it. I just wanted to make sure. Not many people have enough gold to get that much. I apologize. I didn't mean to assume.
He's just going to cross his arms and look. I like him.
Let's make it 7, but yeah. That'll be it.
If that's all, 7.
For now.
Well, we do give out a carrying crate for 5, so yeah, I guess I can give you 2 crates since you're buying as much as you are. Fit a little extra in there if you need anything else. If that's all. And then she starts going into the...
I don't really understand what most of these do, so I might come back later.
Oh, that's fine. We don't really sell much potions right now anyways.
They're all just decorative bottles.
But looking around, so it's mostly potions, not really weapons. Scrolls.
Well, it's mostly potions on the right side. There is an area for scrolls on the left. You don't see many weapons other than what seem to be in like a glass encased case right underneath the front desk. And then the rest of it looks like general use items like sending stones, self-cleaning dishes and stuff like that.
Excuse me, Ricky, the Warlock is a real spellcaster.
Not when it comes to knowing about magic.
So, quick question: did she leave to go and get the stuff?
She just went into a back room to. You hear a little bit of clinking as it seems like she's getting some of the stuff that's stored in the back, considering that there isn't 7 healing potions sitting on the display case.
And I'm going to...
I wonder if I can put these in a soup.
Oh God! Then I'm going to move to Tally and just say, dude, she's kind of pretty.
Oh yeah, definitely. If not for you going all like that, I would have gone for it. But even though you didn't say it, and by it I mean dibs, I'll still let you have it. Well, try.
Rowan at this point isn't paying attention. Rowan is not paying attention. He is just looking all around. Ooh, what's this? What's this? Ooh.
Alright, after a minute or two, she comes back from behind the counter, and she has two small, almost kind of like the milk crates that have the handle, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that, but they're built to hold 5 somehow. And one's full up, and one has a couple, and one just has 2, one on either side to make sure that it's stable. And she puts them on the table, and she just sort of looks towards, tells him, "All right, if you got the coin on you, these are all yours."
Oh, wonderful. Do you have any in strawberry flavor?
I'm afraid we don't have the ability to cause the flavor on them. They taste just like the normal stuff.
Really, these are not candy.
Maybe they shouldn't look like candy.
You do know that these are in high supply or high demand right now. I hope you ain't just drinking them for the taste.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no, ma'am.
Treating potions like soda.
It's some expensive ass soda. Do you know how much 50 gold is for a commoner?
Like
A lot.
50 days worth of work?
Yeah.
No, ma'am. I'm mostly just jesting. Mostly.
All right. She's still waiting on the money.
Oh, I give her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
350 gold.
Yep. You hand the money over, and she hands you the little crates. Well, thank you very much. I hope your friends can find what they're looking for around here too. Give me a sec. I can hear the kids doing something upstairs. I know they're not supposed to be doing. And she kind of goes up into the back room again. You can hear some footsteps going upstairs, but not much after that.
I might be exaggerating. On the other hand, I've never been in a war before. So who knows what'll happen.
Oh, don't worry, mate. It ain't nothing.
Be a good dad. He
That
like
is objectively false.
like Six is just like looking up towards where she went, and he's actually thinking about it.
Oh, I'm sure you'll do just fine there, mate.
Okay, thank you, Ron.
No
I still want to
problem.
punch you in the mouth. Thank you.
Can I get a perception check from everybody as you guys are just having a conversation while she's upstairs?
Yeah, perception. 21.
Yeah.
God, why am I rolling so good with a purpose session?
Tell
21 as well.
them looking at the expiration date on the potions.
Huh, it says
Speaking of
yesterday.
Do you speak Primordial? Tells him.
As now you mention it, no.
You have no idea You have no idea what any of the writing on this potion says, other than healing potion for the main title.
Why is Primordial on a healing potion?
I don't want to know.
So, Styx and Rowan, Talsim's too busy looking at the potions he just got, but you guys notice of the corner of your eye that as a little bit after after Gretka goes upstairs, you see another kid run down the steps, almost as if he got away with something, and he's just runs down and is hiding in the back room. From what you could tell, he just split second that you saw him run down, and from what you could see of the stairwell.
Curious.
But after a couple minutes, she comes back down. Well, they definitely got into some of the stuff that they've been experimenting with. I'm sorry about that. Is there anything your friends are looking for in particular? I know some of the labeling ain't the best, and we don't keep everything out here, of course.
Yes. Can you come here for a second? I think I need to tell you something.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's not creepy.
That's the literal worst way to do this, and even the dwarf with a -1 charisma.
Tell some under his breath. Oh no.
This isn't flirting. I'm going to tell her that her kid is hiding in the back with something.
Okay.
I thought this was when you were gonna be like, "You're really pretty."
You're hot.
You have a really pretty tusk.
I love how much confidence you guys have in his abilities.
He has zero confidence in his abilities.
Okay, so
Good.
she looks a little confused, but she does come over to you. She's not gonna like put her ear up or anything like that, but she gets like close enough where you can talk.
Like I'll say in like a little bit of a hush tone to say, your kid is in the back and he has something. A little head.
Oh. She immediately gets incredibly annoyed. You'd swear that she basically thinks these are her kids because you get the annoyed mom look from her, and immediately she just turns around and heads in there. She's like, "All right, which one of you little brats ants took something from the storeroom? You ain't getting away from me this time." And there's a little bit of shouting. You hear something get knocked over, and then she comes out and she's holding a little girl by the scruff of the neck. "Now I told you that you ain't gonna be getting into that until he gets back." And she just kind of picks her up and kind of like puts her on her shoulder. This woman's a little taller and a bit more muscular, just because the half-orc type bit. So she puts the little girl on her shoulder. "Now you look towards these fellas and you apologize for interrupting their business." And it's a new child, but it's again just a straight human little girl, probably like no older than 10. And she just kind of looks at the light and goes, "I'm sorry, I want to get a toy for when a friend comes over."
It's all fine, ain't nothing.
And then she puts her down. "Now you go back up there and you make sure that Dan isn't getting into any of the potions. He keeps getting into that stuff." "I can do that." And she runs.
What time is it around right now?
You guys got here pretty quick, so it's still well in the AM at this point.
Alright, so I still got a lot of time till then. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say at this point, since you guys got up close to it's still probably like 9:30 a.m. for you guys.
Got all motherfuckers up early.
Yeah, you did.
I was hoping I'd wake up early just so I could be that obnoxious morning person guy.
Who wakes everyone up?
Not who wakes everyone up, just in your face when you're tired. All like bright and early, this guy is all over the place with excitement and you hate him for it.
So I did exactly what you wanted by waking you all up at the same time.
Yep.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
I was hoping for this.
Tell likes it.
So as the little girl runs back up the steps,
who I got Sticks to wake up with the promise that there was something at the concierge for him when there wasn't.
all right, guys. So as the little girl runs back upstairs, she looks back towards you guys. "I do apologize for all of the interruption. It's early in the morning. It kind of happened." As she says that, the door opens, and you guys see the familiar face of Bragg as he walks in, with 2 more kids at his feet.
Hello, mate.
"Oh, you guys go over here then."
Just looking around, talking to your sister.
"Oh yeah, she's got the best stuff in the city."
Just looking around, trying to bang your sister.
That's what I thought that sounded like.
That's all about.
He is thinking that.
Yeah, she got the best stuff in the city. Oh well, wait hey, little ones, why don't you go upstairs? I believe Lisa's waiting in for you then. Here. And he kind of hands the little boy. Again, these are all human children. Bragg is a full orc, and these are all just like straight human children. They don't look like they're half elf or anything like that at all, even. And so far, you've seen at least 5 different kids. As the other 2 run upstairs.
They're all human. Is the war affecting them that much?
Well, there's a little bit of a story behind these ones. Not really sure it's mine to tell, honestly. Anyway, I'll just be in the back getting things sorted out. Sorry for being late, Rika. The kids wanted to stop by the Fizzpants house and talk to their friend. She just sort of nods. I'll just make sure that they ain't getting in trouble with them. I know his parents can be a bit of a handful. Oh, they got me that I'm not going to be any bit of trouble. Nice to see you a lot again. If you need anything, I'll be in the back helping move all the heavy shit. And he basically just, goes into the back room as Gretka kind of like composes herself again. Alright. Should be the last interruption, right? And she's like looking towards the door. Right. Sorry about all that.
No, it's fine. It is honestly lovely talking.
1 sec, my headset's dying. I can't hear shit right now. Oh, you stupid fucking equipment. Alright. Sorry about that. Right, so she's just looking around at you guys. Well, yeah, as I was saying, there's plenty of stuff in the back that we don't have out on display just because it's either too expensive or not something we want displayed for people to get into. Is there anything you're looking for in particular?
Honestly, it is just nice to talk to you, and actually, you wouldn't happen to know like where a doctor could be useful, would you?
Well, I mean, the refugee area could always use some help out there, but honestly, if you're a trained physician, you might have your work cut out for you. There's just not enough doctors to go around for as many injured as we're getting in. We got barely enough in the city to take care of those inside the walls. It's hard to have people head out to help out in the refugee area.
That could be something I can do better, because me being left alone to my own devices is somewhat it's just unnerving. I tend to like to stay moving and keep myself busy with work and such.
Oh, hold on, you're cutting out a bit. I can't really hear you properly.
Am I coming in clearly now?
Yep, my internet's taking a shit. That's all on me.
No, he was
It's getting out from me as well a bit.
Oh, well, my internet's taking a shit at the same time then. Because I'm looking at the bars.
Pretty much said he wants to try and help. Staying in one place for too long makes him anxious, so he's he honestly wants to help. He is also offering if she or her kids get sick, he can do a exam for free, because nice like that. And normally he does checkups for kids for free anyway. So
Well, Bragg's cousin happens to be on the council, so we get free care for the kids anyway, but it is appreciated.
one thing he is good at, and just straight to the heart. We don't need you. Show it, but he is hurt. He is hurt.
Honestly, we try to keep the kids from meeting as many strange folk as we can, and they have tendency to be a bit too trusting in some regards. If you don't, is there anything you're looking for? She's a little obviously uncomfortable at this point with you guys just kind of like sitting around.
Yeah, Sticks is just gonna back
Well, I'm
off
not
and say,
even
nope.
like listening in on this. I'm still looking around in the shop.
She kind of turns her head towards you, then Rowan, and she's just like, "Is there anything you're looking for in particular, sir? I can help you out. I know the labeling's not the best. That's all on Bragg. Has to make sure."
It's no problem. I'm just looking around. I'm not in any particular interest.
We do have other places to be, though, so we shouldn't dally.
Right then.
Yeah, I think it's not first hell.
Out of curiosity, though, why is this written in... Would Talsum even know it's primordial?
No, you wouldn't. If you don't know the language, you generally don't know what it is written in.
I mean, like, maybe if you know a lot of language.
Well, Bragg gets it from some weird person out in the sticks. He says he gets it for cheap. The guy's upset. The guy's upset. No, not you. The guy. The guy is upset. The guy's apparently obsessed with keeping his formula a secret for whatever reason. I don't even know why he puts it on there in the first place. If he wants it secret, just leave it off the damn label.
It's not a secret, correct?
Okay, then.
But
Anything
yeah.
else, fellas?
So are we going to be heading off, or
I'm ready to head off with you.
when Six just
I'm
gonna
just
walk
gonna
off?
go ahead and start walking out the door.
That's it.
Bragg will poke his head out as you guys are leaving from behind the back room. Well, if you guys need anything, let me know. I'm here most days now that I'm back off from the missions. They're not really sending out any more recovery teams, unfortunately. Seems like that was the last one.
Oof.
So, what happens now? Just wait until they do something?
Well, you didn't hear it from me, but there seems like seems like they're just getting ready. From what I can tell. Contacts in the military say that they're building up for something big. Cousin in the council isn't really talking to me, which means that they're up to something big.
Then we just need to be ready then.
Well, that's about all you can do. Hey, have you got you two gotten your cards yet? I know you're in the...
Oh, I still haven't gotten it, but I still got time.
Right.
I'm just here to help out
gonna
everyone
show
else.
Ah, glad you got that then. I knew the Deacon would be able to help you out, that's for sure.
Man, I have got to get whatever tea he got.
Oh, the Deacon, see, that's some good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. It didn't really affect
I've
me.
ever had it. Oh, it was so good.
What was that, Sticks?
It didn't really affect me none. The only thing it did for me is let me talk to my mom. So
Wait,
yeah,
what?
Mom? What?
I think Talsum was too drunk to remember the conversation.
Yeah, probably.
I am in Astor, or more precise, one of like each child of like one of the gods, pretty much.
Oh, yeah, I figured that out. But yeah, you found out which one. Unless I heard you didn't really know which one.
Talk about expectations.
I cannot say her name for the life of me. What's it again, Corns?
Let me find my notes. Yeah,
Eldath?
Eldath.
Yeah. So my mom is I stuttering. Eldath, god of peace, which doesn't help me none.
Considering how much you fought, she must be pissed with you.
Can Talsum roll deception to hide a big smile?
Sure.
Here's that.
Yeah, you hide it pretty good.
Just a slightest smirk. I'm happy for you.
a little bit uncomfortable to actually say that now because, like, once he really thinks about it and, what he has done to survive, yeah, it just, like, doesn't sit well with him anymore.
I'm sure whatever's bothering you, she's understanding. From what I understand, you've grown up in quite a troubling place with all those moves I've seen you able to do.
Yeah, let's not talk about that in here and around children. That's
Of course.
that's a whole other can of worms.
Well, I didn't
And,
mean, I didn't mean to make you, I didn't mean to make you all wishy-washy about it. That was just a joke. I apologise if it got to you.
it's fine.
But,
Just
yeah, if you do see the deacon, tell him I'd love some of that tea myself. He gets a bit stingy with it.
Oh, I'm trying to convince him to let me take some of it to my tavern.
Is he growing it?
Yeah, deacon makes it himself.
I'm trying to figure out where those mushrooms are. Maybe get a job helping him farm it. And see if he lets me take some myself. And allow me to grow it.
Good luck with that. From what I understand, the deacon got on the wrong side of the druids for doing that himself.
So he told me.
I don't know if I want to be on the wrong side of them, especially considering who your fella's mom is now.
Yeah, he said they went through quite a lot of trouble to get it to grow.
Like
Nah.
this deacon each time.
I meant more along the lines of your friend's mom, who you just found out might be a bit pissed that you're doing something that's sacred to his druids.
Styx is still hearing all of this and just like, I hate being a warrior now.
Essentially, I don't know if it came across essentially, but Bragg essentially just said, "Oh yeah, that tea ritual is a sacred thing for the druids of Eldath." So that's one of the reasons why the druids are pissed at the deacon, because he's not a druid of Eldath.
I should go by there and just say hi and be like, "Yo, do you know about my mom, bro?"
Yeah, they're not really many. The deacon might be off to the refugee trying to help where he can. Yeah, this is one of the things he does say. If you're looking for any of the druids, I know a handful of them came into through the near the southern gate. From what I heard, they're trying to meet up with some of the ones in the north, but it's kind of hard for the druids to get past the city, you know.
No, I gotta ask. When it comes to making money around here, you know any jobs I might be able to take up?
Well, I bet a fella like you will always be good at moving shit around, and there's plenty of jobs like that. Well, if you're looking for anything specific with your skill set, considering how you lot took out those people there, you can always join the guard, although not much altruistic. You can always join the guard, although not many are willing to give up the amount of their life that you gotta do for that.
My little wizard friend told us about that kind of commitment.
Oh yeah, it's hard to get me with that one. Why are you doing that?
Like, my soul.
What commitment?
The joining the town guard, where you have to essentially
in character tells them. I know out of character that's like a basic.
I thought you were actually asking. Just what the wizard talked about last night. You know, don't you? Yeah.
If you join the guard, you pretty much have to sell your soul.
Talsum goes pale with that.
Warlock.
That's weird. You kind of like me now.
Yeah, they kind of look alike. You know, look at the both of them.
Wait, like the guards here have to like be in this place forever?
From what he said, yeah. They've got to not only stay here their entire life, but their firstborn's got to stay here their entire life as a guard too.
Oh yeah, and the magic egg works on genetic level. Goes towards your firstborn kin.
So selling your soul and your first child's soul.
That is horrifying. Am I the one who thinks that?
A lot of people like the benefits of it. You get regular pay, you get pension, you get free room, board, food, everything you need. All you gotta do is protect the city.
Ricky would
Right.
have told you all that he found the agreements to be a guard distasteful at best.
In the
That's
words of a
just,
friend, distasteful at best.
And Talsum isn't like horrified at this for being a warlock selling her soul. He's just he's a traveler. He likes to walk around, and being tied down to one place, like he
yeah.
can't fathom
Yeah,
it.
Rowan understands that. Yeah.
It is a little bit of
I
a.
thought it might be just that, like, he's selling his firstborn child's right to decide what they want to do with their life.
You could make a D&D character out of that.
Uh,
So my dad joined the guard, and for some reason, me along before I was even born.
Essentially sold me to them for his membership.
Is that an automatic warlock?
Bragg will kind of get closer to you, Rowan. Well, they didn't hear it from me. But I heard that there's some weirdo in the Haydocks who needs a bunch of strong guys to help with some equipment. I can give you the address if you give me a minute.
What do you say that he heard?
You heard that there's some weirdo in the Haydocks that's looking for some strong guys to move some heavy equipment around, and he's willing to give you an address if you'll give him a minute to go check his notes.
Yeah.
Alright?
Is that, you want to go to like the refugee camps and like try to help? Could be, nice.
If you go into the refugee areas, that's also where most of the human representatives are. Those are the ones you probably gonna want to talk to, Rowan, if you get your own card.
Thank
So
you.
that's the-
I didn't know where to go.
Yeah, most of the human representatives have actually gone out to the refugee center because that's where most of the humans are.
Do you know any specific individual I need to find, or where I can find them specifically?
Just look for a council, ask around for a council rep. I don't know any of the human ones myself.
Alright.
They should, guards in that area should be able to point you where you need to go, or, people living around there.
I need to find. Maybe they can help me understand more about my mom.
Need to find what?
A droid to help me. I will, in hope, to help me understand more about my mom.
Hey, you might have found a couple of them out there, although most of them are to the south, and most of the refugees that you're looking for are in the west. So he's saying, for your perspective, he's saying the druids that he knows about are like here, and where all the refugees and where Rowan should check is like over here.
Wait, where? Yeah, I didn't see like your pin.
Druids up here, refugees and Rowan's card people here.
Somewhere up here.
Yeah, the druids are up here in this stuff.
So
where I'm
Rowan said he wants to go out and help with like carrying stuff.
Oh, I was told that there's someone in the Haydocks asking for heavy lifters, and he's taking a moment to remember the address.
Well, yeah, after that he goes into the back room, you can hear him going through some files and stuff, and he comes out and hands you an address. When you get to the Haydocks district, give this to really anybody, and they'll be able to point you where to go.
Alright, thanks, mate.
Normally I say tell them I sent you. Don't tell them I sent you this time. That fellow doesn't like me. That's for sure.
Alright, I'll just say that I found the stray posting of it.
That might work. Yeah, and you guys hear some crashing from above. Excuse me. I've got some kids I gotta discipline.
Alright, mate, good seeing you.
Don't be too harsh.
It just smiles just a little bit.
Remember, if it's back of the hand, it's discipline.
Wow. All right. With that, he goes upstairs. Gretka seems like she figures you guys are done, and so she's just kind of going around, cleaning stuff, putting stuff together.
Yeah, I'm headed out at this point.
All right. So as you guys leave the shop, we're gonna zoom over to Ricky and to Elena. As you guys are going through, from what you've been able to figure out, first couple hours of her day, Elena spent going to a couple of the buildings in the Elven district where it wasn't clear at first, but after a bit you kind of figured out that she's basically checking up on some of the people that she's helped place once they got inside the city. Considering her job is to help Elven refugees get acclimated to the city, she's just kind of checking up on people that she's helped find a place in the city and making sure they're still doing okay. At which point, it's almost about 11 a.m. for you, Ricky, when she says, "All right, we need to head over to the welcome center. Alice should be there, and anybody else that shows up."
Ricky would just kind of grin as she adds, "And anyone else that shows up."
Yeah.
But yeah, to the refugee center.
No visitor center.
Oh gosh, why are my NPCs rolling shit? Alright.
Do I have to roll something?
No, you don't have to roll anything. She just rolled shit. Alright, so yeah, you guys head towards the same refugee center where yesterday you guys found Alice, who had been sitting there for hours because Elena didn't realize that anybody would be there. You guys go inside there. The same guy behind the desk who basically treated you like a piece of filth is still there, Ricky. And he still kind of just completely ignores the fact that you exist and only talks to Elena.
Also, as soon as I departed with Elena, Ricky would have I would have affected all of my noble airs. Chin up, looking down on people. Full, ridiculous posture. Hands
yes.
behind my back as I'm walking. Just as fucking noble and condescending as I can possibly be.
You might as well just use prestidigitation, amplify your voice. I'm better than all of you!
That's the point. He needs
That's
to...
thaumaturgy.
He needs to affix his...
thaumaturgy.
He needs to affix these airs to himself in an extreme fashion for them to be recognized at all by the elves who are naturally capable of doing this shit.
I will say you get less turned up noses from the elves, more curious glances as you try and basically act like them. They're not...
Shit actually works.
No, yeah, it's less immediate disdain, more curiosity as you try and look a bit more regal going around. And part of it has to do with the fact that you are with Elena, who's the daughter of one of the only noble houses in the entire city, and also daughter of a councilwoman, and daughter of another person, and yeah. So basically, a good 90% of why you're getting different glances is who we were with.
Oh yeah, but I'm affecting airs that suit who I'm with too.
Right.
So it's less jarring than just super casual Ricky walking around.
And and with that shit roll, it's pretty clear from Elena, whenever you glance at her, that she is appreciating the fact that you're trying to help her look better. Yeah, you guys get to the welcome center, and you walk in. The same guy who just pretends you don't exist, even with the airs on. He does not seem to give a shit that you exist at all, and only talks to Elena. And he basically says, "Yes, well, that one woman from yesterday is back again. At least now you can properly do your job. And there's also some filthy little green thing that's just, she knows the woman. Can you tell it to shoo? It won't listen to me.
Ricky would have cleared his throat very loudly at the implied insult to Elena.
What insult?
When he was like, now since you're here, you can actually do your job.
It wasn't.
It was very disrespectful.
I got the tone of it wrong. It was meant to be a little bit playful on his end.
Okay.
I did get the tone wrong, so I apologize on that.
Okay.
It was meant to be a little bit playful, but obviously reinforcing the truth as well.
Well, like if she took any offense to it, he would have cleared his throat. Like, watch it, buddy.
She kind of just like scoffs off at it like, yeah, whatever. What? That green thing? I believe you call it a goblin, but it's I don't know. It's in the room under your purview. I'm leaving it to you for now. And Elena looks a little confused and just kind of motions for you to follow her. You walk into the same room where you guys saw Alice yesterday, and Alice is there, but she's also talking to Gerda, the goblin and family member of Wester Albrich's employee, and basically the woman that you were sent to this country in the first place to protect. She's just sort of sitting there like chatting with Alice.
Gerta, how goes your family?
Oh, Ricky, Alice said you might be showing up. Yes, father-in-law is, apparently joined back into the military, which, better there than sitting in room. I've been taking care of the Wheat Hollow children, as always. I just missed talking with Alice. Was told this was where to go. There's no Goblin Welcome Center, so I figured stay here and follow Alice.
Well, I'm sure Elena would be more than happy to help any friend of Alice's.
When Elena walked in originally, she's kind of like a little bit of disgust, almost ready to turn her nose up at seeing the goblin. But the moment that the goblin started being so familiar with both you and Alice, she's like, oh, great, now I have to deal with this thing. Kind of look on her face.
Well, she should be grateful I jumped in before she said anything that fucked up Alice's opinion of it.
Oh, yeah, Elena walks in and she's just like, alright, sorry I wasn't here as much yesterday. I had stuff going on. Anyway, I would like to show you around. Like, she's almost completely ignoring Gerda, by the way, and just talking to Alice. I'd like to show you around and get all the interests of the city. I know we were able to get you a place to stay, so I thought we might be able to look for some place that you might like to work at. What kind of job did you do before heading here? And Alice just talking about how she ran the bar in Wheat Hollow Village, kind of helped out with some of the farming, yada yada. And the conversation goes on like that for a little bit before they decide to head out. And at one point, as you guys are going through the city, Elena's just pointing out mainly stuff that would really only interest the Elven community. Like, you know, this is a statue of the Elven dude who did this for the Elven people. This is Elven monument, yada yada type things.
Is here's Elvin Presley.
You're not familiar enough with the local history to offer an alternative tour?
No.
Wait, can I roll for it anyways?
No.
What if I started reading books on the local history?
Alright, give your character 3 weeks of reading books.
I speed read. max intelligence modifier. That's why I was able to learn a language in like 2 weeks in downtime.
Alright.
Remember?
But that goes on for a while, and then at one point, Alice, not Alice, Elena turns around. So I was thinking that if you want, I can show you guys the last beach in the city that isn't gummed up by nasty docks. I actually have a druid friend who is in charge of keeping that place looking nice. Her family basically stops any shipping from going in the area. It's like one of the few protected places inside the city.
Oh yeah, a buddy of mine's heading up there. Something about his mom likes nature or something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to his story.
Mom likes nature. Mom is god of nature.
Right, but we need to go talk with my friend first, because technically it's illegal for people to go in there, but since her family's in charge of keeping the place safe, she can get us in.
Well, I mean, I'd love to see a beach. Elena, Gerda, beach.
Elena's the one talking.
Oh, I mean Alice, Gerda, beach.
Gerda just looks up. I've never seen an ocean. Alice just looks by. It's been a while since I've been able to put my feet in the sand. I wouldn't say no. As long as you're sure we ain't gonna get in trouble for it. And Elena's just like, don't worry about it. She owes me a favor, and we're good friends.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you can all blame me.
He's not wrong. And as you guys head out towards that area, we will zoom over to Albrich.
Who took over management.
Yes.
Stole
Probably
someone's
cradling his
job.
head with a
Big
headache.
boss man.
So, not only is it almost 11 a.m., but you have had no booze this whole time.
Yep.
Should he be rolling for withdrawal?
I
I'm
was
an alcoholic,
As a hardened
and I am a dwarf.
alcoholic-
I was actually going to ask for a con save.
As a hardened alcoholic, he
Yes.
should be getting the save. He should
I'm not an
get the
alcoholic.
save.
I'm a dwarf. Yeah, that's tautology.
You got a little bit of a headache, but you're not, like you said, you're not a raging alcoholic, so it's not like it's going to affect you that badly. It's just a little bit of a headache, and it kind of is a little worse with trying to memorize all these different symbols and labels and everything for all the different materials and crates and stuff. It's a really intricate system, but from what you can tell, it should work, but for some reason something's gumming up the works somewhere, and you haven't been able to figure out exactly where yet.
This is why I let magic do all this crap. I'm gonna go. Did Rispin ever show back up?
You've seen him through the office. There's a couple of windows into the office, and you've seen him walking around, basically helping. Like you said, he's been floating a bit. He came back probably about 10-15 minutes after you sent him off to the office, but he's basically doing what he suggested. He's like basically floating around and helping where it's needed.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna just walk out of the office. Exactly, Ricky. And I'm going to just in the loudest voice possible, just yell for Chit. Where's Chit?
Off to the side, you hear a goblin that you haven't been introduced to yet. Just say out in a loud
Goblin or a gnome?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, no, my head's in goblins now. You hear you hear the voice of a gnome who you haven't been introduced to yet, but you don't even see him. You just hear him say, "We got a bathroom for that."
That's not what I said. And I'm gonna walk. I guess I'll walk. I'll walk further back and look for Chit in the QA area.
He's there. He's still doing his job, coordinating things with the team in that area, getting everything set up and put into the crate area.
All right. I'm gonna pull him aside I'm gonna say, look, I need to talk with you for a bit, but which of those? I'll point at the gnomes. Which of those guys seem to know the system next best after you?
I mean, we could just get respite in here. Last I heard, he was just moving some crates to organize
I
better.
need him to move crates. Which of these guys is? Are you telling me none of these guys are capable?
They're capable. It's hard. They're all about the same, honestly. Can't really put one over the other.
I'm gonna look at them all, and whichever one looks in our direction first, I'm gonna say, "You come here."
There's one with glasses that's like got this weird part on his glasses that's able to like zoom in and out. That's like double checking stuff, helping one of the dwarves double check stuff. And as he looks up, picks off his glasses, kind of looks in your direction. So you pick him, and he just sort of like jogs on over. Yeah, what's up, boss?
I'm sorry. What's your name?
Oh, bloody hell. No, that's not his name, but...
Know me.
My name is Homer.
Wow, that is an amazing name. Wow.
Gnome number 5.
You know what? Fuck it. Hey, my name's Albert.
I just gave you a fantastic name.
It works.
Yeah.
Albert, I need Chit's help for a little bit, so I want you to take over what he's been doing here with getting the boxes organized and work it out. You think you can handle that?
No, yeah, I can do that. It might leave my partner back there a little short-handed, but I'm sure Respite can come in once he's done with what he's doing.
Well, look, yeah, Respite can help the dwarf over there if that's necessary, but I need you to focus on this. You understand?
No, yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right. When Chit comes back, he'll take over again. But for now, I need you to kind of keep things organized and keep things moving out. All right. Thank you, Albert. I appreciate it. Chit, come with me, please.
Yeah, tell me what this is all about. As you guys close the door to Q&A behind you.
Yeah, in the office.
All right.
I just need some help. So back home, I run a forge. Just so you know a little bit about me, and I'm good with the organizing and the getting people to work and the hammering and lighting the fires
Essentially, a goblin's in charge of my paperwork.
and all that kind of stuff. But my assistant, my partner, he's really much better at this paperwork stuff. So I just need some help trying to organize some sort of pattern here.
Oh, what you having issues with?
Well, let's get into the office and I'll show you.
All right, so you guys walk on over, and nothing really interesting happens on the way there. You get in, you close the door behind you, and
Yeah, I'll say. Tell me something. Once the door's closed, Rispit's not in the office, right? And did we see him walking? Did we see him anywhere as we were walking back towards the office?
Well, last you saw, he was still helping move the crates that the gnomes were having issues with.
All right, good. Look, I know that once the door's closed, I'm going to sit down at the desk and I'm going to have him pull up a chair on the other side of the desk and I'm going to say quietly, look, I know I haven't been here long and I know I'm new to these things around here, but something don't sit right to me about that Dragonborn. And this, just so we're clear, I know there's something up about him. I don't know. I have a feeling that I'm trying to get these papers organized by what the shipping crates are and all these symbols and things. And honestly, it's kind of like math to me. It's not my strong suit. So if you wouldn't mind helping me figure out what's missing here and get these papers organized in order. I need to know, what's the newest stuff coming in, what's supposed to go out, what's in the middle, who's supposed to go where. And I'll just kind of point at the papers on the table.
Right, I don't get where you're going and with respite. And the guy's been doing a great job ever since he's been here. Well, I can definitely take a look if you're having issues with it. Double check to make sure everything's still in order.
I'd appreciate it.
About 2 or 3 minutes into you guys looking through the papers, he hasn't really found anything. He's found a few mistakes that you've made, which, you know, he just points out. It's like, oh, no, you're new. You wouldn't understand that we do this a little differently from what it says to do it, type stuff. But after a couple minutes, you hear a loud banging out by the main gates, followed by something you haven't seen the whole time you've been here so far, which granted isn't a long time, but the main gates actually start opening up. And it's kind of like a garage door, how the main gates open and like fold up into the ceiling.
I'll look at Chit and say, is that supposed to be happening?
No, that is not. You should probably go check on that.
I'm going to check on that. You stay here. Keep things moving here. Something's not right. And I'm going to go out and start yelling, stop opening that gate! Who said you could open that? Get out of here!
One of the gnomes that was pulling the cranks to open the gate just like, I'm sorry. They told us to open it. And
who told you? Did I tell you to open the gates? Only I tell who could open that gate.
Did I tell you to do that?
Who told you?
Actually, Steel Singer.
Who told you?
that would have been good, but no. A shadow peeks in through the main gate as it, it's one of those gates where once it starts opening, it's got to open all the way and then close again before it can close again. So as it continues to open up, a shadow walks in, followed by a bunch of other shadows, and from what you can tell based off of everything you've seen, some high-ranking military dude with a bunch of men walks in. He's just like, I told them to open the gates.
And who are you? Do you work here? Do you run this warehouse? Who are you?
The ego on this one.
Wow. Yes, keep on going just like that.
You're gonna get yourself killed.
I'm so happy.
All my connections in the Elven district won't help you.
This guy approaches. He's at least like 3 times your height. As he gets closer, you notice that this guy is a full orc wearing incredibly regal looking armor. But even though it's super regal looking, you can tell this is some of the best craftsmanship ever made. And the sword at his side looks kind of like one of the ones that Kenshi was making. So this guy's got a lot of custom work done too.
Okay.
And he walks up and he just like looks down at you because he's a lot taller. He's a full orc. This guy's huge too.
I'm looking straight back at him, eye for eye.
He's at least a head taller than Rowan and like almost twice the build.
Oh no!
He just
Is this a Goliath?
no. This is a full orc.
Oh.
He's just massive. He looks down. I am the war chief. And who are you? And we'll end it there.
Stonecutter.
What? Now we're ending it there.
Okay.
For your context, all you have heard so far is that the war chief is literally the leader of this whole kingdom.
Right.
So this is pretty much the king.
In a sense, the elected king. Yeah.
Oh no! And
You
Albrich
just told off.
Well, it's a good thing that this warehouse has a ton of crates, because Albrich's gonna end up in one of them.
But yes, we're gonna end it there. I gotta work early in the morning, otherwise I'd go for a little bit later. But
Yeah.
I
Oh man, but that was such a good point to leave off on. So I understand.
right. I kind of wanted to zoom past a couple of stuff to get to there because I felt like that was an important part to end off on.
Oh man, that was good.
Night had me crying.
That I don't know. I might have to mute portion of the recording now. Unfortunately, after
Rewatch the VOD to see what happened because I was kind of reading and just tuned out at that point and have no clue what happened.
That's okay. It's not worth repeating.
it is not.
It's totally worth repeating. That was the best thing anybody's accidentally said.
Scout.
If you were a celebrity, you would lose everything.
Yeah, have we stopped recording?
No, give me a sec, guys. Alright, thank you guys for watching. We actually had a decent amount of people watching through for that, like a good 2 or 3 people each time. Thank you guys for watching through this crazy ride. Tune in not next week, but the week after for more Chaos Theory, where Albrich might be getting a whooping. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll see you later.